Good morning. Let's do this. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Hop on the stream. Join the horde. We need as many people as we can get. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Sure to like, follow, and subscribe. As always, you can listen to the show. Download the Rock 106.1 app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker or check us out at rock1061.com. Marshall, good morning.
Good morning. It's a good day to get paid if you're an NBA player. I don't know if you saw this last night, but NBA free agency started.
I did not.
Trae Young, who is the star basketball player for the Atlanta Hawks, which I know you're a big fan of.
Huge
fan. They made the playoffs, almost made the NBA Finals this year. Just those dastardly Bucks playing basketball took us out. Trae Young signed a 4-year, $207 million contract last night. So I just wanted to mostly remind both of us how poor we are. So it is a great time to be an NBA player. Tons of money getting thrown around the NBA for guys you never heard of.
Maybe we should just get an agent. Would that help?
It'd probably help.
You think?
Yeah. They would take like 20% off the top.
So we'd get a raise, but we would make the exact same amount of money because we're paying our agent.
But we'd have an agent, though.
That's true.
Hey, got a problem? Talk to my agent.
Talk to my agent.
Not the worst thing.
I got a guy. You talk to my guy. You don't have to deal with me.
When you get a guy, he's from the mob.
Well, I know.
I just started watching The Sopranos, so I'm starting to learn the terminology. Yes, I'm 3 episodes into The Sopranos. Don't ruin it for me. He dies. I understand.
I won't say a thing. So I think we now know why Fred Durst was dressing the way he's been dressing at Lollapalooza, like a dad from the 70s. They got a new song they debuted at Lollapalooza called Dad Vibes.
And it's really good.
It is good.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a Limp Bizkit resurgence at this point in time?
Yeah, I actually saw a meme last night. It was a meme of Lars Ulrich of Metallica and Kirk Hammett of Metallica, and Lars was like rolling his eyes, and it said Limp Bizkit 2001, and Kirk Hammett was smiling real big, and it said Limp Bizkit 2021. So I don't know, man. I think they're back.
They could be a thing again. I'm not mad at this.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on the show today, got a story about a guy who just randomly posted a list of banned people, the people that he's banned from his yard. Mm-hmm. So if we had to come up with our own list of people we were going to ban from our yard, who'd be on the list? Going to do that. Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face today. It is indie wrestler or reefer. So I'm going to give you a name.
Okay.
You have to tell me whether they're an independent wrestler or a strain of marijuana.
Oh, I love that.
So that's going to come up today at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. We'll take your calls, comments, and text. What is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had with your parents? Mine involved my drunk father at a bar, highly depressed.
Oh.
It was the most uncomfortable I think I've ever been in my life. All right, coming up to kick off the show, of course, going to get to About Last Night. We're going to talk about some beers that are going away. We've got a picture from the Spider-Man set, plus a new trailer for the Venom movie. And could Conor McGregor enter the ring? Not the octagon, but the ring in a wheelchair. We got that coming up next. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Here's Evanescence. It's better without you.
Good morning, everyone.
I forgot to change that on there. Sorry.
What's that?
The Simone Biles thing. I forgot to change it.
You're good. I'm all set.
Beer. All right. 3 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go, guys. This is the day. It's supposed to be rainy and crappy outside all day, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got a chance to look at the weather. I looked just before I went to sleep last night. I'm like, well, tomorrow should be depressing.
I did not.
It looks like they moved out like the consistent rain until like noon, but it's like a 50% chance or higher starting at noon all the way up until like the middle of tomorrow. So we have rain in our futures.
I don't know. It just seems like more rain than normal. All the rain this year. Rain last night, so that meant great crowd at New Realm.
Oh, was that true? Did you get it?
It hailed up. It had 7 teams. The downstairs bar is not huge. I think pretty much every table in the bar was full. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it went well. And then Elaine hit us up. She's like, I may have somebody who can help out with trivia. So I have to reach out to that person today because that would be fantastic.
Okay.
We'll also get to the Dude of the Week death match today. Wanda was like, this may be the toughest choice you guys have given us yet.
It's a good twofer that you found, man. It really is.
A dad saved his daughters and niece from a burning building. And another man actually raised, with his help from Instagram followers, like $60,000 for a guy who plays piano at a piano bar at the Atlanta airport.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically there every day, and he just got all the money.
Yeah, he's been working there for 13 years. That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't checked those out yet, is it Cotter and Marsh Show page?
Yep.
Yeah, go check out the Dude of the Week, folks. And please vote on our Facebook page. Morning, Kirk, Mac, Terabyte. How's it going on this beautifully rainy Tuesday? Yesterday, pretty much in between rains, I got an opportunity to mow my backyard.
Okay.
I still refuse to mow my front yard. Eventually, I'm going to have to. It's getting a little wild out there, but
yeah.
I spend all my time in my backyard. I don't give a crap about my front yard. The HOA does.
I was going to say, yeah, there's other people that care.
Unfortunately, that's going on.
Oh, shoot, 32 seconds. All right, story number one, Conor McGregor agreed to an interesting event, but may have to postpone or does have to postpone, so we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, be right back. It is story number one about last night. After the nasty leg break Conor McGregor suffered at UFC 264, who knows when we'll actually see him in the octagon again, but that may not actually stop him from fighting altogether. Conor had initially agreed to be the co-main event, which he doesn't do, in Galway, Ireland on September 11th. Now, this event was put together by Steve-O Timothy. He's a wheelchair-bound comedian, and they were going to raise money for the Irish Wheelchair Foundation. Now, in this fight, it would be a wheelchair boxing match. Conor McGregor taking on Al Foran. Now, Al is a comedian / impressionist known for doing a McGregor impersonation. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so this would have been a lot of fun. I can imagine. I mean, you're in wheelchair, so it'd just be kind of a one-hand boxing fight.
I guess you're rolling yourself over, punching. I don't know.
Well, this sounds all well and good, but it was coming up pretty quick. It's just a little over 2 months away, or actually at this point, man, it's August already. Yeah, it's like a month away. But just late last night, Conor tweeted that he's going to have to say, well, hold your horses. It's a little too early for him. He says he still wants to go down. He goes, we shall see. He said, it's just too early. I'm still in my recovery. The docs and physical therapy team out here advised me to stay in America. I reckon late October at earliest, but maybe November, December too. It's hard to say a time for a concrete date, but I'm in. Wait for me, please.
It sounds like the organizer, the Steve-O Timothy guy, just completely jumped the gun on
He
this.
got a little excited.
I mean, I get it. You get McGregor to agree to an event you're doing. That's a deal. But, I mean, they've been promoting the event for a while, but they just started promoting McGregor there since, like, July 30th. So, I mean, that was just a couple days ago. And McGregor's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So
right.
I don't know how all of this escalated as quickly as it did.
You know, people get excited. Promoters like to get excited because, well, they sell lots of tickets and make lots of money. But, no, this is cool. I actually want to see this happen. I don't want to see Conor back out on this. He has to do this in a wheelchair, preferably. But I would love to see Conor do this for charity because, you know, he's a nice guy sometimes, but he's also kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
And sometimes he needs to do this charity stuff to make himself look like not the worst person on the planet.
All right, we'll keep you posted as to whether this wheelchair boxing match actually goes down or not. Coming up next, story number two about last night. Some pics from the set of the new Spider-Man movie, plus a trailer, or a new trailer was released for the new Venom flick. We'll talk about both of those coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Terabyte says, nothing better than driving from Rankin to Augusta with nature peeing on you the entire way.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear. So I went up to Tennessee earlier in July for a little vacay. Went to Chattanooga, went to Nashville. I just felt like every time I got into the car, it decided to rain. Every time I wasn't in the car, it was absolutely fine outside.
Yeah.
But man, I saw so much rain on that drive. That was probably the wettest drive I've ever had in my life over that week.
Yeah, when we went to this last vacation in Florida, my wife drove because we left right after the morning show, so I was going to try to nap. She white-knuckled the last hour in Florida. It was the worst downpour I've ever driven in my life, and we were on these back roads, had no idea where we're at, because it's like a place in Florida we've never been to before.
Right.
I felt so bad for her. She was so stressed out that last hour. All right. We got plenty of time. We got Tool coming up. I'm going to go make coffee.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging around this morning, guys. Nice little rainy Tuesday morning. Man, as soon as I got to the radio station, literally closed the door to the radio station. I mean, it was just pouring outside at that point, at least here. Yeah, I got an opportunity to mow my yard in between rains yesterday at Charles. Charles just commented saying that he worked his ass off yesterday, got home. Him and his wife cut the grass. They ate dinner and passed out around 7:15. 7:15? That's so early. Come on, man. So I just started watching The Sopranos. It's always been on my list, right? I've always wanted to watch The Sopranos. I tried to get into The Wire, and I just couldn't do it. And I know that's blasphemy for some people. Sorry, there's a hair to the... I guess I could just look down. There it is. I know it's blasphemy for some people. I just couldn't get into The Wire, which is crazy because I feel like I would like the show. I don't know. I watched 8 episodes, and I'm still I'm not into this at all. Anyway, so I got into The Sopranos. So I'm just about almost done with episode 3 of The Sopranos. That show is excellent. I mean, it's excellent right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. It's violent. It's got good family drama. The Sopranos, I'm very impressed with. And I'm only 2.5 episodes into season 1.
Yeah, it's it's been so long since I watched that show. I couldn't tell you anything that happens, but I remember loving it.
Yeah, honestly, I could not get into The Wire. A lot of people love it, man. I need to try it again. I'll do it after The Sopranos, maybe. But The Sopranos, I know is going to take up a bunch of time. There were 86 episodes over 6 seasons. So that's the equivalent of how many episodes were in that Viking series that I watched. I think there was something close to 80.
Okay, yeah, it took you a bit.
It took me 4 months.
Yeah.
So Sopranos will be my life over the next few months of fun TV viewing.
Yeah, never tried The Wire. Tried to get into Oz. Was it Oz?
Is that the prison? That was the prison one.
Yeah. It was okay. Just never took.
So I didn't have any energy drinks at the house. Well, I did. I had some Red Bulls at the house.
Yeah, are you drinking coffee this morning?
I am drinking coffee this morning.
All right.
So I got some coffee this morning and some water. Outer Banks is probably my favorite series right now. Kirk, Outer Banks is that more of a teen kind of show? Because that's what kind of people explain it to me as. Maybe I've got it all wrong. A lot of ass and Oz. Is that why you watched it, Wanda? You freak. I haven't watched Entourage either.
I didn't either.
No?
No.
Did you watch Ballers, the rock show?
No.
My brother-in-law, Marv, dude, he loves
Really?
Ballers. I think it's over, right?
I think so. I think this last season was it.
Yeah, he loved that show. He told me it was incredible. Morning, Red, how are you? Yeah, there's a lot of like backlog stuff I want to watch. But man, I'm telling you guys, it's a much different show than what you're getting on television. I love the series Vikings. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Wound up being 6 seasons, but like the last 3 seasons were like 20 episodes apiece. And I know that's kind of crazy.
I'm not down for that anymore, man.
Well, that's the thing. It's like honestly, the show is more like 9 seasons.
Yeah.
Because those 20 episode seasons,
They do like the...
it was essentially 10 episodes was a season.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they were running those. I think what
Like
they
the
were
Walking Dead type where they would split it up. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was more that because when those episode 10s, there was some big stuff going down where it felt like if you're watching on TV, there was probably a couple month break in between them.
Yeah.
Charles says in Entourage, Jeremy Piven's character Ari is so fucking awesome. Kirk, yeah, it's sort of a treasure hunt mystery, pretty good. Yeah. So I remember the Outer Banks came out over the pandemic, and there a lot of people were loving the Outer Banks, just eating it up. And the second season I saw just came out, or the first few episodes did. Yeah, I don't know, man. I read with The Walking Dead, dude. I mean, and it's so weird because I love the character so much in the comic. I didn't really love Negan at the beginning, and then The Walking Dead began the great feat of trying to fill 16 episodes with like 8 episodes of story.
Yeah.
And I don't know why the hell they tried to do that, but the show just sunk into the ground for me, no pun intended, and I just couldn't watch it anymore.
Yeah, I want to, because this upcoming season is the last, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I do want to go back and watch it. So I may give it another, not the whole thing. I'm not going to start over, but I do want to finish it and see kind of where it goes from here, or how they wrap it up. So I may try to watch the last season because I don't think I watched that one live.
So the cool thing with today, and actually for the rest of the week and next week while we're doing the show, we are off next Thursday and Friday.
Sorry, guys.
Don't say sorry, man. We got shit to do.
Taking my kid to school.
So during trivia for all the rest of this week and Monday through Wednesday of next week, we've got tickets to a beer festival. It's our first beer festival in the area in quite some time. It's called Midday in the Garden. And so what this is over at Moon River Brewing Company, right there on Bay Street. They're going to have pretty much every single brewery, and they're going to have Ghost Coast Distillery on site, hooking people up with beers and everything. So this is a pretty cool thing. So tickets are $25 a piece, so it's a $50 ticket for 2 people, and we're going to give those away for trivia all the rest of this week.
That's awesome. Yeah, I wish I could be here for that, but that's when I'm taking my kid to school.
Mm-hmm. All right, coming up next, we're just doing Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, and Venom. Just a quick mention. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all that.
Although Venom said like out this fall, I did research and find a date on it just in case you don't have it.
Okay. Did I get that or not? Yeah, I got like 3.5 minutes.
Maxis Cotter, I just finished up season 10 of The Walking Dead. Go back and watch it. It could be slow, but Negan's episode, the last episode of season 10, is so good.
I want to say the last episode I watched, and I don't want to spoil anything. There was a death of a villain person. A big one. I don't want to say anymore. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Ask the 8 Ball, how do I become an award-winning radio host? I am off more than I work. Screw you, Charles. But let me ask, will Charles always be an asshole? It is decidedly so. Okay, cool. Charles, thanks. There you go, buddy. Solve that problem for you. All right. All right, so up next, talk about the new Spider-Man film. Still don't have a trailer for it. And it's got to be at any point because we're getting within.
It's December.
I mean, it's.
When it's coming out? Yeah, you'd think there'd be a trailer.
We're almost 4 months away from this thing, and we haven't seen anything from the film yet. Morning, Tony. How are you?
Morning, Tony. Those chilies and tortilla shells, delicious. They've been my lunch the last few days.
Yesterday was Chinese food from Friday.
Oh, okay.
For my lunch. So you not sick, so that's good. Although I didn't sleep very well last night, so maybe that's the reason why. Ooh, Tony brought us a small bottle of Sazerac rye whiskey.
Yeah.
Drank some of that over the weekend. Delicious. Thank you, Tony, for that, too.
All right,
yes.
Got about 90 seconds.
Good morning. So Gibby on the chat's talking about how his wife is flying for the very first time. My very first time flying, I just immediately loved it. The like jet propulsion, propulsion from like you standing still to like the takeoff moment, the best.
Yeah.
Still gets me jacked every time I fly, man. I just love that feeling.
I love landing and knowing, man, that would have taken me 16 hours to drive. I love flying.
Yeah, so I booked out some flight travel. I'm going back home to see my family in good old Deer Creek, Illinois, at the end of this month. And I booked it over the weekend, but I didn't get an email for confirmation. And then I looked at my Delta app yesterday, and it didn't have any trips. And I'm like,
oh, no.
Did I go through the whole process and just didn't hit the enter button? I'm like, no way I did that.
Yeah.
It turns out you have to, like, get a confirmation number to actually have it appear in your app.
Oh, interesting.
Which, anyway, I found the way to do it, but it's just almost freaked out a little bit.
All right, guys, be right back. Story number 2 about last night. So I guess you can still debate whether Doctor Strange actually had a cameo in the after-the-fact post-credit scene in WandaVision. But it's not up for debate. The Strange will make an appearance in the upcoming Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man No Way Home. A recently leaked photo from the set shows Tom Holland's Spider-Man interacting with Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange.
Which is exciting, man. Now, the weird thing is we haven't seen anything from this film yet. Now, we've heard that all these actors are going to be in this film. Jamie Foxx is returning as Electro. Alfred Molina is returning as Doc Ock, which is super exciting.
He may be one of the best movie villains when it comes to comic book movies ever.
Yeah, and Spider-Man 2 is still beloved to this day. People still hold it up there with the best comic book movies available. Now, we haven't seen a trailer yet for Spider-Man No Way Home, and people are getting antsy. And if we don't see something soon, all these photos are still gonna leak because we're begging for a little something of this film. Cotter, how's your excitement level when it comes to Spider-Man No Way Home? I think you love the Spider-Man series with Marvel, right?
Yeah, I think Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. Out of
blasphemy,
out of anybody.
Tobey Maguire.
No, it's not. Tom Holland's fantastic.
No problem. It's not debatable. But yes, Tobey Maguire's the best. Thank you.
These stories they're telling are great. I love the way that it all ties into the MCU, but they definitely feel like standalone movies. Now, maybe this one not as much because you are getting Doctor Strange and they're opening up the whole multiverse, type of thing now into the storyline. But no, I'm super excited about this movie. I think this movie in theory, looks fantastic. Still waiting for the trailer. So I'm gung-ho. Now, one I'm not gung-ho about is the one we actually got the trailer for, which is the new Venom movie.
Yeah, so Venom, Let There Be Carnage. The date they say it's coming out is September 24th. I've heard reports of it moving into October. On the trailer, I just saw it's releasing in the fall of 2021. I liked it. I thought it was fun. It definitely seems a little bit more quirky and a little bit more comedy-based than maybe the first Venom film, which made, like, all the money.
Yeah, I never saw the first one. I have no desire to. I've noticed. I just don't. I don't.
Really?
I love Woody Harrelson. He appears in this movie as Cletus Cassidy, which is a fantastic name. He becomes, Carnage. So you've got Carnage and Venom battling it out. So, I mean, it looks cool. But then again, I'm just like, I don't care. I don't know if Topher Grace completely killed this character for me, and I can never, go back and watch it ever again. But this movie does absolutely nothing for me.
The first Venom film was good, not great. It really was. You wouldn't know because you didn't watch it.
I'm not going to.
And you know what? Maybe you don't need to. I think this film it has a lot going for it. I love Woody Harrelson. Cletus Cassidy is a serial killer psychopath who happens to get some of that venom goo inside of him. And that's why he is having so much fun in this film. I think he's going to go over the top with it.
Yeah.
Andy Serkis is the director of the film,
which is cool.
So he's done some really great work with the Planet of the Apes series. So I'm really excited to see this when it does eventually come out. Right now, it does say September 24th online, although I did hear reports of it getting pushed just a few weeks later into October. But I'm in for this. And then there's a big rumor that they are finally going to connect Spider-Man to the Venom series.
Okay.
Because they're going to be putting out Mobius, which is a vampire film with Jared Leto, which is a Spider-Man villain. And we're supposed to be getting all sorts of a interconnected Sony and Spider-Man universe kind of on its side from the MCU. So Spider-Man, apparently, Tom Holland is supposed to be showing up near the end of this film.
Okay, interesting. Because, I mean, I was thinking, or I thought I'd heard that after this upcoming Spider-Man movie, Tom Holland's contract's done.
He'll be Spider-Man forever. He will be, as you say, he's the best. Fight me.
Yes.
He is going to be Spider-Man forever. This dude's going to be wearing that suit and doing backflips until he's like 40.
All right, coming up next, one more story to go in About Last Night. I'm not going to lie. I might have cried a little bit last night. I found out one of my favorite beers of all time is going away.
It's leaving you.
I'm not emotionally ready for this at all. We got that story coming up next. A little bit off. Five Finger Death Punch. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1. God, dude, I was so bummed. Ain't gonna lie. Explains a whole lot. Explains why I haven't been able to find it in store for the past 3 months.
Yeah, so I was sitting on the couch last night and found this story, and I was like, oh no.
This isn't good.
Send it to Cotter.
I was reading through the list. I'm like, yeah, okay, don't care. Don't go, whoa, what? I'm giving coffee. Be right back. Do that.
Morning, Sean. Sorry, just going through all of your messages while we were on the air there, talking about Spider-Man, doing the things that he can. Okay, I'll stop doing that. Oh, man. Sorry, going back to flying and everything, Gibby, just so you know, especially if she's flying out of the Savannah airport, it takes like 0 minutes to get through security. So I know you said she's taking a baby, which I know is going to be very stressful because flying with small children, I can imagine, is possibly the worst thing on the planet. But yeah, without a doubt, it does not take very much time to get through security, especially in Savannah at all. I think I've gotten like to the airport less than an hour before my flight and still got through security in like 8 minutes max.
Yeah, Savannah's never, I shouldn't say never, 90 seconds. Typically not a bad wait at all.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just under a minute to go. Final story of About Last Night.
The worst story of About Last Night.
It's so depressing.
How much time we got?
45 seconds.
Okay. Man, there's so many that they're dropping.
I know.
I mean, there's like a good, dozen or so.
Yeah, there's 11. All right, guys, 15 seconds. We will be right back. We got one more story to go in about last night, and this one was hard, man. This one hit.
Well, the first cut is the deepest, Cotter. That's what we've been told.
It was deep. Mega beer company Molson Coors has announced a series of changes recently, hoping to kind of turn things around, pick its sales back up, increased productivity capacity fourfold for seltzers and RTD, which are ready-to-drink alcoholic inventions. Seltzers super cheap. Uber popular.
Yeah.
They've formed partnerships with Yingling, Topo Chico Hard Seltzer. They're working on CBD drinks. They're getting involved with non-alcoholic drinks as well.
Gross.
But there is one thing.
Wait, they're non-alcoholic drinks?
I've heard rumors.
I thought there was coffee, water, and then alcohol.
That's about it. Yeah, that seems about it. But the one part of this story that I think stood out more than anything else, they announced they will be discontinuing 11 of their economy brands.
Ooh.
So 11 of their cheap beers are going away. Those brands are Milwaukee's Best Premium. Now, not ice or light, but premium.
Oh, no.
Now, this one freaked me out for a second. Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor Ice. Because I didn't see the ice first. And not that I drink Mickey's on the regular, but I'm like, every now and then I like a grenade, man.
Yeah, you and I were just talking with someone just recently about the Mickey's grenades and how delicious they are, or at least our memories of them were. But yeah, I'm fine with all of these getting knocked out.
All right, so the ice is gone. Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve.
Never heard of it.
Keystone Ice.
Keystone Ice, good.
Did some Keystone back in the day.
Good. I don't like Keystone. I got a beef against it.
Ham's Special Light.
Oh, is your dad gonna be okay?
Didn't drink Ham's.
Oh, okay.
Old Milwaukee is my dad's go-to. Milwaukee Light.
I'd still imagine he just drinks Hams exclusively.
Key Lightful, a fruity extension of Keystone Light.
Exactly.
That can go.
Very happy that's going.
Icehouse Edge, which is like what, the 7% tall boys you can get out of the cooler?
Is that what that is?
I think that's what that is.
Okay, gotcha.
Magnum.
From Icehouse as well.
Steel Reserve 211.
Okay. Gotcha.
Old English HG 8000. Is that a robot or is that a beer?
I'm not for sure. I don't know if I know OE very well.
Yes.
I've drank some 40s, but I don't know 8000. I haven't heard of that exact brand.
And then there's this one. And we just talked about this the other day, how I couldn't find this at the store. And I haven't seen it at the store for months. And every now and then I just like to pick up a 12-pack of this. Now we know why. Molson Coors is discontinuing Miller High Life Light.
Right. It's the blue label of the High Life. Now, regular High Life will still be there, which is the red label. But the blue label, which obviously helps cut your calories, is not going to be around anymore. That is a sad thing, Cotter, because I know that one cuts deep on you as it's a fan favorite, at least of you.
It is one. I mean, like I said, I don't drink it all the time. When we were poor back in the day, the wife and I pounded High Life Lights. And still occasionally I would like to get some, but I can't now.
The last time I drank Miller High Life Lives, it was about 20 years ago. So obviously it's my fault that these brands are going away, at least that one specifically now. According to Molson Coors, there's no company-wide strategy to discontinue these brands. They said some of these brands are still actually popular in some local areas, and the Molson Coors local teams will discuss a sunset strategy that makes sense. Essentially, they're just going to stop putting it in your coolers, and you're going to be without some of your possibly favorite drinks. But, I mean, if you're loving seltzers, if you're loving the seltzer era we're currently in.
No, I hate this.
Well, you were going to have all sorts of choices, Cotter.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm assuming most people remember, if you watched Seinfeld back in the day, when Elaine would, hoard the sponge because it was her favorite contraceptive and it went away.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody has a hookup for Miller High Life Light, let me know.
And that's the thing with Miller High Life Light. It's even when it goes bad, it's still good technically.
Yes.
Because it'll taste the same.
So
which is bad.
If anybody's got the hookup, let me know, because I will pay premium for this cheap beer.
Really? How much? $20 a case? 30?
I don't know if I go that crazy.
40. Okay.
40, no.
All right. Then you're not even a fan. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop wasting people's time.
All right, coming up next, the dude strokes out while stroking it. Yes, you heard me correctly. We got that story on the way. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Be committed to the process, man. Just be committed to it. Charles says, no more High Life Light. Shit, I love that.
Dude, I am actually bummed by this. High Life, the champagne of beers, it's cool, but for some reason I preferred the light even.
Yeah, I think I like preferred the light version of it, but I once again probably haven't had it since I was 24. I mean, it's been 15 years.
I've had it, this year or last year. Just occasionally I would just buy a 12-pack of it. I can't anymore. We're going to come right out of stops it here.
I want to point out it's actually James Hetfield's birthday today.
Oh.
Jamesy boy is 58 years old. Young. I meant young.
Okay.
Yeah, so going back to, we were talking about Limp Bizkit a little while ago. So Limp Bizkit didn't play their new song. They didn't like.
Oh, they didn't play it? Okay, I thought
they didn't literally played it. Now they previewed it, or they played it while they all grabbed a bunch of T-shirts and threw T-shirts into the crowd. So Fred Durst says the new album is called Dad Vibes.
That's a great name.
And I think that was the name of the new song.
Yeah, I think that's what I read. That's what I read.
I think that was the name of the new song. But they didn't actually play it live. They actually just played a recording of it while they took boxes of these white T-shirts and threw them out. I don't know what they said because they were just throwing them out, but they weren't rolled up or anything. They literally just tossing loose T-shirts everywhere. But man, I really, really did like the song that I heard, over a loudspeaker that was recorded by someone's phone. It wasn't a great recording, but hopefully we get an actual copy of that and get to share it with you guys because I think you honestly really like it.
I think Limp Bizkit's going to have a resurgence. It may not last long.
Mm-hmm.
It may be a song. It may be an album. Now, we're not 5 years from now. We're not going to be like, man, 3 albums into the comeback of Bizkit. This is awesome. I think it'll be a short comeback. But I think they're going to become a thing here for a bit again.
If you do want to check out Dad Vibes, I dropped the link into the chat today, right now. So if you want to check out the new Limp Bizkit song, you can while we're hitting break right here.
So I saw something yesterday on my way to work that I don't think I have ever seen before.
Okay.
The Waffle House on Ogeechee, right off of 516, was closed.
What time?
3 o'clock in the morning.
Huh.
Well, no, I'm sorry, 3:30, 3:45, whenever I was leaving. I've never seen a closed Waffle House.
Yeah, there's a...
And today was open. Left about the same time. Today was open. Yesterday, maybe he was cleaning. I don't know. It's Waffle House. Do they?
Yeah, I've never seen really a Waffle House closed before. I mean, even during the hurricanes that we've had here, the Waffle House near my house, open.
Well, there's the supposedly FEMA uses the Waffle House index to gauge how serious things are. If Waffle House closes, they know we're in for some stuff. It's funny though, because then the one off Ogeechee or on Ogeechee was closed, and then the one up here on Abercorn, kind of just up here from the radio station, had a truck parked in it, and then 6 guys hanging out, standing outside the truck, and a couple in the back of the truck.
The one that's right up here, past the station?
Yeah.
That one's sketchy as hell, dude.
Yeah.
I would never go to that Waffle House.
No, I just drove past, but there's just dudes in a truck. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's the one that's aggressively close to that really bad hotel.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people so our buddy Brenton used to work at, there's around the corner from that is like a I don't know, like an AutoZone-ish type place. I forget the name of it. But he used to work there.
10 seconds.
And he told me that some dude got stabbed in the parking lot, like, of the Waffle House Hotel. And he's like, he goes, dude, stuff goes down here all the time.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. Just got a real quick story before we head into 7 o'clock, and we'll take your calls, comments, and text. If you're ranking embarrassing ways to die, I think this is high on the list. Japanese man actually made it into a medical journal. He was enjoying some quality Vic time, so he's spending some time by himself, stroking it. He gave himself an actual stroke.
Oh.
He's 51 years old,
Right.
single, and was in the habit of enjoying himself multiple times a day.
Yeah, and according to the story, he would take care of himself, multiple times a day. Oof, that's so many times. Does he have a job?
I don't. It just he's 51 and single, so maybe there's a job involved, but there's no lady in his life.
So he's retired and happy.
He was finishing up a little, self-love session last year when he suffered a serious stroke that almost killed him. Now he showed up at the hospital with a severe headache, and he couldn't stop puking. He did have surgery, and he's since made a full recovery.
Good for this guy.
Have you ever injured yourself while?
No. I mean, what could happen? What are you using where an injury could happen? I mean, as a guy, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Not a lot goes into the process. How could you injure yourself?
I don't know. Well, you stroked out. I mean, that's kind of
the phone slips out of your hand and breaks your nose. What kind of angle are you holding that phone at? I mean, like, seriously, how could you hurt yourself? I don't know. I don't know what this guy obviously, he needed to maybe not stroke it all that much, but maybe do some squats. Like, as they say, never stop moving. Always keep exercising, guys. Don't be this guy.
All right, coming up after 7 o'clock, going to take your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. What is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had with your parents? Mine involves my dad, completely drunk at a bar, talking to me about his sex life. It was not pleasant. Call, comment, and text. Your story's coming up next. What's the most awkward conversation you've ever had with your parents? 800-394-1061.
All right, guys. Thanks for once again hanging around this morning. Terabyte says, I used to work at a Waffle House before the pandemic, and they only close when the storms are a direct danger to the store, not the employees. I once got held for 30 hours due to employees not coming into work and had to take over their shifts. Ultimate asshats.
Whoa!
That is so long. 30 hours. Jesus.
Insane.
Is that why people freak out so much at Waffle Houses? Because
must be. Rhett, actually, they did comment. He is actually right-handed. That was actually in the story. I left it out, not thinking it was a deal, but now we know why it's a deal.
Yeah.
He was right-handed. Elaine, yes, thank you very much. I got that message. I'm going to reach out to them today, so I appreciate that. Hopefully they are somebody who's interested because I need to get one of these off my plate.
Okay, guys, once again, we're asking you guys to, type in your comments. You feel free to call us as well with your stories. What is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had to have with your parents? Watching The Sopranos recently, it was definitely when Tony had to talk to his mother about going into the retirement home. I haven't seen what happens after that. Don't ruin it for me. But he just put her into the retirement home.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she dies. But everyone dies in The Sopranos. That's what I've been told. But more importantly, feel free to please drop in your stories via text or the chat. Once again, our question of the day is, what is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had to have with your parents or that you've ever had to have with you? Please drop your stories into the chat, and we'll get to those here, I don't know, in about 10 minutes or so.
You can still vote, for the Dude of the Week Deathmatch. We'll get to that for the end of the 7 o'clock hour. Marshall will get quizzed in the face today. Indie wrestler or reefer? I'll give you a name. You tell me whether it's the name of an indie wrestler. It's actually from the Lariat Pro Wrestling's Top 75 for 2021. So it's from a list of the top 75 indie wrestlers of the year, or a strain of marijuana. It's interesting because, I mean, most of these could go either way.
I'll just go ahead and take the 50% rounds. I don't know. Last time we did like a 50%er, I did real bad. Phil goes, oh, we just started watching The Sopranos too. Now I put gabagool in every sentence I use at home. So right now, I'm only like 2.5 episodes in, Phil. So right now for me, it's just Christopher. And Christopher and his friend. Oh, through 2.5 episodes, kind of dickheads.
I'm
Christopher.
I legitimately don't remember. I'll have to go back and watch it. When did that come out?
I think it was actually in the early 2000s. Yeah, but only a couple episodes in. Gibby, I'll definitely be taking the loss on Quizzed in the Face today.
1999.
Was that the first year? Okay.
It ran through 2007. Damn.
Yeah, I know they got the prequel movie coming out soon too, so I'll get to that before the end of the year if I'm alive. All right, guys, once again, go ahead and feel free. Share what is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had with your parents. Want to get a couple stories all set up so we're good to go for the start of the 7 o'clock hour. Feel free. Feel free to drop them into the chat. Or you can call us right now with your stories. 1-800-394-1061 if you want to text it as well. Multiple options to get your comments, your stories to us. So feel free to drop them in right now or give us a ring. Terabyte says 7 out of 10, Marshall. Don't let me down. Jesus, the pressure, bro.
Got your back.
So it was, I think it just happened a little while ago. Simone Biles, who came back just today, I guess it technically today for us, came back for the balance beam competition. She got bronze in the balance beam competition. So
cool.
That just happened a little while ago.
I'm guessing that will be her final Olympic moment. I'm willing to bet she does not come back in, I guess, 3 years.
Yeah, it's not too far away. All right. Sorry, guys. We're just getting set up for our call-in. Okay, I think I'm all set over here.
Okay.
Oh, I got some good ones. Good. All right.
You got some in?
Yeah, I got some good ones.
Okay.
All right, guys. Once again, our call-in topic today, what is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had with your parents? If you got a story, please drop it in to the stream for me, and we'll get to those here in just a little bit. With break number one, obviously just probably have you go first.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I've got... Ooh. Got a bunch of weird ones. All right, coming up later in the show as well, we're playing Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia. Your chance to win not only passes to the Tailgate Bar Crawl that's happening on Saturday, September 4th, 32 days away from right now, We'll also hook you up with tickets to go check out Midday in the Beer Garden. Hold on, and as I get that information up, super ready. Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River. That's going down August 14th. It's a beer festival focused on Savannah brews. So you can try places like Service, Southbound, Coastal, Two Tides, Hopatomica, B-Town Meadery, Silver Bluff Brewing, Southern Barrel Brewing, all kind of in the area, and it's only $25. But we'll hook you up with some free passes to go check out that as well.
Nice. All right, we still have, we got about 8 minutes.
Terabyte Jess, thank you so much for those stories. How much we got?
About 8 minutes.
8 minutes, gotcha. Yeah, so Moon River has a really cool festival going on. It's from 11 until 3 on Saturday, August 14th. So for the rest of this week and next week, we'll hook you guys up with tickets to go to that beer festival. They're $25 a ticket, so got a nice little value to them of $50, plus passes into the tailgate bar crawl. So we're hooking you up, especially if you love to have drinks outside of your house,
yes,
especially downtown. We got you over the next few weeks just by playing trivia with us over the next couple days, next couple days. Elaine says, I submitted one, but I'm wondering if it violated community standards. I don't see it. That's weird. Yeah, I didn't see it pop up on our stuff. Feel free to just message it to us directly. Tony, we have not tried your green chili beer that you dropped off to us yet. I think we're probably going to try that one here in a few weeks. We have a special guest coming in studio for Beer for Breakfast. I think it's the first week of September, and I was thinking we may save that beer for then.
I look forward to trying it. I hope it's actually hot.
Mm-hmm.
Wanda, damn. Guys in the next bed?
Not exactly a conversation you were having, though, huh? Sounds like a really one-sided conversation.
Mom was having a conversation with God. All right, we got about 6.5 minutes. We'll get into the call, comment, and text segment. Nice. Tony said it's actually smooth with a pretty good flavor profile.
What a connoisseur of beer you've become,
I like
Tony.
it.
Jesus.
Call Tony in for Beer for Breakfast when you need somebody.
She'd be our backup. Backup. I don't know. We only like Connect Savannah winners here. So, have you won a Connect Savannah award recently? If so, I may call you. Sean, I have an awkward one that can't be shared on the air, so I'll just keep it to myself. Sean, leave. You can't be here. You got to share the good ones, bro.
So I looked into it. We kind of talked about it yesterday. The Olympics go through Sunday. So that's when the closing ceremony will be. It will go through the entire weekend.
Wait, when is the closing ceremony?
Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it'll go through the entire weekend. And then in a year, we'll get the Winter Olympics. I think they're in China. I don't remember.
Are they really? Yeah, I think, isn't it? It's not Sochi, right?
No, it's not. Let's see. It is. Oh, it's just Beijing. Damn. I mean, they just had the summer ones. And then Paris has the next Summer Olympics.
Lane says that she sent you a story via Instagram.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
Yeah, so I've got some stories here from the chat. Thank you guys so much. Gibby, Jess, and Terabyte. I also have some ones here on the side that I could share as well. So this week, I think tomorrow, or at least by the end of the week, I'm buying my passes to Universal Halloween Horror Nights. Oh, so excited.
Nice.
Halloween is possibly the best time of the year. I think, can we all agree to that? Halloween is the best time of year?
I'm not a big Halloween guy like you are, so sure, why not? I don't hate it.
What do you think is the best time of year?
Typically, I'm a fan of summer because we'd go to the beach and do all that kind of stuff, but this summer has been very odd. So I would say on a normal year, summer.
Are you a Christmas guy?
I do like Christmas. I don't miss snow by any means, but I think not having snow and after growing up in it and, you know, having a white Christmas, it's definitely weird not to have a white Christmas. But yeah, I mean, Christmas is fun. Summer is probably typically my favorite time of year. But like I said, this summer with the kids and just still coming out of the pandemic and stuff like that, it's been weird.
Yeah. Hibby says his house is Halloween all year round. I think I saw someone that was like in Target the other day, and Halloween stuff was already up in Target. Guys, is that true? Is there Halloween stuff up in Target already? It seems a little early, but last year they were super late to the Halloween bus.
Making up for it.
So this year, Halloween Horror Nights has Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Beetlejuice, The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Let's see, what else? The Haunting of Hill House, Jack the Clown. Not super familiar with him.
Mm-mm.
And I think there's some others.
So with this, you want me to start with mine?
Yeah, start with yours.
Okay.
Halloween stuff is out. Oh, perfect. At least I'm in Boston. Terabyte says, I'm mostly German and Irish. I burst into flames during the summer. Halloween is the best for weather. Agreed.
Weather-wise, yeah. Ain't gonna lie. Fall, perfect. So I'll go get mine, then you read a couple?
Yeah, I got some. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, team meeting. We're back.
Yep. All right, got about 90 seconds.
Yeah, I'm going to do one from... Okay, so you go first. I'll do one from Jess. I like Jess's a lot. And then I'll do this one from Alyssa.
Okay. Take a break, come back. I got a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Coat.
Perfecto, guys. So on the back half of the 7 o'clock hour, we'll be doing the Dude of the Week. If you guys have not yet voted, please go to our Facebook page and check out the stories. They're there for you to consume on the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. And, of course, if you haven't liked the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page, please go there and like us. We're needy little bitches and definitely need your likes. Pretty please with sugar on top.
Gibby and everybody about the snow. So both my wife and I are from Illinois, dealt with snow, most of our lives. Now that we moved here, she's like, never again.
No.
Do I want to deal with snow? So she'd make one exception for Colorado. She'd move to Colorado, specifically Colorado Springs, because she has family there. We've been there and loved it.
Okay.
That's the one exception she'd make.
Yeah, I'm good without snow. I think we're pretty much even at this point, we're on a southern trajectory. South or bust.
Yeah,
we're not going any more north than what we are.
I agree. It's like I will deal with the heat and humidity and not have to mess with snow. I'm fine with that. All right, guys, be right back. So I had a sex talk with my dad.
Whoa.
Not the sex talk.
Right.
It was just my dad talking about his sex life. By far the most awkward conversation I've ever had. We'll get to that in a second. Don't forget, hop on the stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. This is your chance to join the horde who hang out with us each and every morning on the stream. You can also listen to the show, download the app for free, get us on your in-home smart speaker, or check us out at rock1061.com. Now, we are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. What is the most awkward conversation you've ever had with your parents? So my dad is a very emotional guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take much for him to... Anytime I get off the phone with him, I'm like, Dad, love you, talk to you later. You can hear it. Love you. Yeah. Talk to you later. He's holding back tears. Like, we're just getting off the phone, Dad.
Really?
It's fine.
Maybe he just has bad allergies.
Maybe. But you get a few beers in my dad, and it gets worse. So we're sitting in the Manitou Tap, tiny little bar in my tiny little hometown. And it's like...
Manitou Tap? Yeah.
Manitou Tap.
Gotcha.
Yep. Manitou's the hometown. Manitou Tap is the bar. So we're sitting there. Several rounds have been consumed. There's multiple people there. I think families in town. I don't remember the time of year, but we're there. Somebody mentioned something about sex, and I don't remember who it was and what the comment was, but somebody mentioned something. And then that's when my dad got really, really quiet. I'm like, Dad, you okay? And he looked at me and was like, yeah, just your mom and I, we haven't had sex in like 5 years.
5 years?
Now, my parents have issues. we talked about this before. And I knew in high school they should have gotten a divorce back then. They have not. And I'm 25 years out of high school.
Hey, well, it's till death till you part. And that's the rules.
My dad takes that seriously. So then he starts crying after he's brought up the whole not having sex for 5 years.
What level of crying?
I mean, not bawling. He never got to the stage of like, just complete waterworks.
Like
but
silent weeper?
Yeah.
Like just a couple drops?
Choking up, couple tears. And then he just talks about how much he loves my mom. And and it's like, cool. And then he's like, we used to have sex all the time when we were younger. And I mean, he goes in, not graphic detail,
right,
but enough about
stuff she likes.
Yeah, enough about their sex life that I was like,
nibbles on her ear a little bit.
I don't need to know about any of this. And then he talked about how their sex life started dwindling, and it got to a point where it just stopped.
Right,
and then they would have it sporadically. And he's like, we haven't had it for 5 years. And I mean, the whole time I'm just, what do you say? What do you say to your dad, who obviously, for whatever reason, because I don't get their relationship to this day. I mean, if they make each other happy, cool. I don't get it. So I can't wrap my head around why he still is so madly in love with my mom, because it doesn't make sense.
Maybe here's what you say to your dad. Maybe mom became a nun and didn't tell you, Dad. You should listen to her more.
Oh, trust me.
Bad husband.
Mom's not a nun. But I mean, he's crying and talking about how they used to have all kinds of sex and now they don't have any sex. And it was just so uncomfortable. And I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, what do you do? You're stuck there. You listen, and then it's like hug, good game.
You hugged him?
He was sad. What do I do?
No, never.
My dad's an emotional dude.
Right, and he could have been emotionally up or down, if you know what I mean.
No,
and I wouldn't have hugged him. Just a pat on the back and buy him a beer, and then you stop talking about it. You just stop talking about it.
It was dropped, and it was never brought up ever again. But it was the most
conversation about having sex between your parents, or you and your dad having the conversation about how he doesn't have sex.
The whole thing. It was never brought up again. But I'm the worst. I don't know. We had this conversation 10, 15 minutes.
Oh my, that's so long.
I'm telling you, if you ever meet my dad, the one of the most emotional men you'll ever meet. And it was just like,
I would have gone to the bathroom and never came back. Just tell me you were going out for a pack of cigarettes. You don't smoke. Bye, Dad. All right, guys, we are taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning. What is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had with your parents? Cotter's obviously with his father, talking about his father's sex life. Now, Jess chimed in on the chat. She said, my BFF came up to my family's lake house for a week this past July. My mother sat me down and asked what kind of friends we were. I am almost 40. I think that would have manifested by now. Oh, my gosh.
That's awesome.
Jess, I mean, the awkwardness of your mom. I mean, like, my mom's awkward, too. Like, my mom's near her 80. So, like, she's officially not giving anything when it comes to the cares of what's going to happen. And when my wife and I go see her in the next few weeks, my mom recently widowed, I can only imagine the things she's going to say. Because on the phone, when I was like, hey, Mom, coming to see you, can't wait. She goes, can you paint my shutters? And I'm like, I wonder what else you're going to say in front of my wife. I'm sure there's going to be some fun stories if painting my shutters came to your thoughts when we were talking on the phone. Now, we also got this on the Facebook, Cotter. This one hits a little too close to home because I think I've had experiences quite like this. Not quite like this specifically, but quite like this. Alyssa says, my family and I were playing Cards Against Humanity. Bukkake card came up, and my parents had no idea what it was. Explaining was extremely awkward. I mean, what do you say to your parents? You go by the definition?
You go to Pornhub, you pull up a video. It's the only thing. Then you leave the room.
Bukkake, verb. Example sentence.
800-394-1061. Call, comment, and text. What is the most awkward conversation you've ever had with your parents? More of your stories coming up. Mammoth WVH. This is Don't Back Down, Rock 1061. Yeah. No, that conversation. I don't remember how it started, but damn, Dad, really? Morning, Andrew.
Yeah, what up, Andrew? How you been, man?
Are you sure you ain't talking about me, Connor? No, it's my parents shouldn't. They should not be married. That's a whole other conversation. All right, got about 3 minutes. Get into more of your stories.
All right, I think I've got another two that I can share here. So apparently Sean has a story that he's going to share with us here in just a moment.
Okay.
I shared one just for fun. You don't have to share. Says Thomas. Oh, Thomas, yeah, the one that was the weird feeling to me story. Yeah, I saw that one. Oh, we may get to it. Just depends on how the natural flow of the conversation's going.
All right. Do you have one or?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking specifically about me?
Yeah.
Well, I think I had one written down. So this morning was a fun moment for me when I got to work and found out that I didn't send myself my show notes. So this morning I spent most of the morning kind of reworking those.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And then, of course, writing a game of trivia. So that's what I was doing up until the showtime. Got it all done.
That's good.
Which, specifically is good to me, but I don't have that story that I wrote down. And I also wrote up a pretty funny list of people to ban from my yard that I'm going to have to replicate as well. But I'm mostly prepared. Sean says, playing Cards Against Humanity with my now in-laws. It was maybe the second or third time. Oh, man. I like that one a lot.
All right, got about a minute.
How about this? Cue it up, and I'm going to go right into Sean's story. Do you have...
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, why don't you go into at least one of yours?
Okay.
And then I've got a couple over here.
All right, Sean, this, couple yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cards Against Humanity bring families close together. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, guys, be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts this morning, 800-394-1061. What is the most awkward conversation that you've ever had with your parents?
So I guess Cards Against Humanity is a game that really is bringing families together and also having a lot of really tough conversations due to the game.
Yeah.
So Sean on the chat just actually chimed in saying, playing Cards Against Humanity with my now in-laws, it was maybe the second or third time I had met them, and the rhythmic ball-slapping sex your parents are having right now card was played. That one, that's a difficult card to like look into the eyes of the man of your wife and just kind of lay that one out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a weird game to play with. I think it'd be harder to play with your in-laws than your actual parents.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do. I think that would be it's just setting it up to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to that, especially unless you go through like all the cards beforehand
Take
and like
out the really bad ones.
put the real one bad, the bad ones away. That could be a really awkward situation. And as we found out with these last two stories.
All right, we got one through the text. While watching a movie, can't remember what movie it was, with my mom, dad, and my wife, the word, let's just say, B job is mentioned in the movie. So
Okay.
my mom turns to me and said, "What's a B job?"
No.
I say, "That's not something I'm explaining to you, Mom." Then my dad piped up, "Trust me, you know what a B job is."
Oh. Wow.
Way to go, Dad.
Yeah. How innocent is Mom? Well, I mean,
Well,
she's
not that
innocent.
innocent.
Not that innocent. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I got this great story from Katie here off Facebook, dude. This is crazy. So she says, I went to a rave in the 90s and did acid for the first time. I had a great time with a very good friend, making sure I didn't have a bad trip. But I came home to my mom sleeping in her recliner rather than her bed, and her face just melted. Like she had no face anymore. She was asking, "How was your dance?" as I bolted to my bedroom. Good conversation the next day. Oh, that could be a tough one.
I mean, you had your only option was to run.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Your first trip on acid. I mean, I've never done acid. I would imagine, how do you hold down a conversation, especially after watching your parents' face melt?
Wait, have you never did acid wink wink, or you've never done acid?
No, I've never done acid.
Okay, so you've never been to a Jimi Hendrix show? I thought you would have been.
I'm not that old.
Oh, how old are you again?
75.
I honestly thought you were in your 60s.
Call, comment, text 800-394-1061. What is the most awkward conversation you have ever had with your parents? It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Melissa says, watching The Dirt with your son, I was mortified. Melissa, what did you think was going to happen in the Motley Crue film? Thank you for sharing that.
The opening scene alone.
Tony, thank you for that story. Oh, man. All right. I got some great stories.
Yeah, I got one more.
Thomas says you should have some shrooms, Cotter.
Okay.
Thomas, if you're offering. I think Cotter's. Well, I mean, it was just a few weeks ago. Charles was telling us how he was going to get some mushroom coffee. So
that's true.
Maybe that's the same thing. Delicious.
My brother had an awkward conversation with a new refrigerator. He had done some mushrooms. He said it turned into a purple elephant.
Sounds like a great time. Kellyanne says, I'm suddenly very aware of how chill my parents are. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we had the one from Elaine. She said, I witnessed the conversation between my mom and one of my best friends. Mom decided to share how she prevented a pregnancy in the 60s with extreme details. I walked away laughing my ass off while my friend was held in horrified captivity.
So I've got 3 stories total.
Right. I've got the one more. I can read lanes on the air too.
Okay. So why don't you start off? Why don't we just volley back and forth?
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, I've got 3. So actually, if
you should start.
Yeah, I should start. If you have 2,
I got 2.
Okay.
Go ahead and start.
I'll start off with Melissa's. Melissa, I'm sorry. I love your story. I just remember I was very drunk when I watched The Dirt on Netflix. I was in Atlanta. My wife was doing a convention, and we both got very drunk, going out to breweries and everything. And we're like, I'm going to throw this movie on. I totally fell asleep halfway through. But I just remember watching the beginning. I'm like, this movie is awesome.
All right. A few more minutes of commercials, Puddle of Mud Control. Then we'll get into our final segment of awkward parent conversations.
Great stories today, guys. Thank you so much for everyone who shared. Tony, Melissa, we're going to share your stories next. They're incredible. I know they're not exactly conversation-filled, but they are moments that are absolutely outstanding. So the Suicide Squad, the DC comic book movie, that James Gunn, the Guardians of the Galaxy director, it's coming out. Technically, I guess it's Thursday or Friday.
It's this week, isn't it?
I think it's this Friday. So It's officially out on HBO Max. So very excited to see that. The ratings are incredible. The Rotten Tomatoes, critics' reviews are very, very high on this film. So I'm very excited to finally see Suicide Squad. A lot of people that I know where they do screenings in Las Vegas and everything are finally starting to see the film, and they're loving it.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to check out the Suicide Squad that opens up this week in theaters and HBO Max, in case you want to go check it out at the theater. So pretty interesting news right here. So Dog the Bounty Hunter is getting dogged over a lawsuit he lost back in the day with a financial cloud hanging over him from he has traveled from Mexico to California and now to Hawaii. So here's the deal. Dog was arrested in Mexico in 2003 and hired a lawyer who ended up helping the reality TV star out of a jam. But they got into a disagreement over the fees, and Dog ended up suing the lawyer. The lawyer sued back, and it became a big mess. At the end of the day, Dog took the loss. He was hit with a judgment in 2013 for around $880,000. That was filed in California, but according to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, the lawyer is still trying to collect, and now he's filed docs in Hawaii where Dog has a permanent home, hoping to chase the money down. According to the docs, Dog, the bounty hunter, now owes $880,916 plus interest.
Jeez.
So he owes like $1 million. He owes $1 million to a lawyer who helped him get out of jail in Mexico.
Ew.
And also, fun fact, there's actually a picture of him in Mexico. Hold on. So there it is.
Oh, dear Lord. That's actually kind of funny.
Oh, and funny enough, I just found $2 from the cash gun I shot out yesterday.
Finding that forever.
I told you, man, we're going to.
Just came across this. Ric Flair has been released by the WWE. Now, he actually asked for his release and was granted, but he was unhappy with booking decisions and his direction with the company. So he contacted Vince, asked him to be released, and he said, cool. He is now no longer with the WWE.
How old is Ric Flair right now? Do you know?
Ric Flair, let's see, does it say in the story? 72.
Ric Flair needs to retire. Or how bad has his investment been?
Dude. He the stories about his investments he's also been married 4 or 5 times, and there was like a string of like 2, 3 right in a row. That dude is probably paying so much alimony, spousal support. He's got to keep working.
Elaine just dropped in a story about the Big Lebowski. Was that her story that she sent you?
Mm-mm.
She said, when my ex and I were dating, he came to pick me up. The Big Lebowski was on. The scene with the tongue between the fingers was coming up, and he was prepping himself for the scene when it came up. Mom busted up laughing, held her 2 fingers up, and stuck her tongue in between, mimicking the scene. Ex thought he was going to die. Ugh. Well, hot damn.
All right, got about 1:45.
Nothing's more awkward when your mom becomes slightly sexual towards your partner. Terabyte goes, how the tables have turned on Dog the Bounty Hunter. Well, that's great is the picture. How did they get this picture of Dog the Bounty Hunter in jail?
TMZ, man, they got people everywhere.
That was in 2003, though.
Ugh.
Was that like a publicity shot? Like that? Like, oh, he was tortured in jail. Now he's got to let him out. He kind of looks like Kenny Omega right there. Side note.
All right, got about a minute left.
All right, so I've got 3 total stories. Morning, Greg. How are you, buddy? I got 3 stories. I'll start off with Melissa.
Okay.
I'll do Melissa, Jessica, and then Tony.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, we got about 35 seconds.
Got to put the money back in the money gun, guys, just in case.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Taking your calls, comments, and texts today, 800-394-1061. What is the most awkward conversation you've ever had with your parents?
Now, this wasn't exactly a conversation, but I love the story too much, so I have to share it with you guys. So, Melissa from the stream says, for the answer to that question, what's the most awkward conversation? I just watched The Dirt with my son. I was mortified. The Dirt is obviously the Netflix Motley Crue film. Melissa, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? But you know what? That thing starts off like with all sorts of nudity, like all the nudity.
And a personalized waterworks show.
Yeah, I mean, I could only imagine just like sitting across the room from your son, just like I wouldn't even be able to look at him.
No,
I wouldn't even be able to look at him. Connor.
You're just stuck in that chair for the next hour and a half, hoping the movie's over soon.
I would just maybe tilt my head back and just look at the ceiling for a while.
Elaine hit us up on Instagram. I witnessed the conversation between my mom and one of my best friends. Mom decided to share how she prevented pregnancy in the 1960s with extreme details. I walked away laughing my ass off when my friend was held in horrified captivity.
Oh, my gosh.
Great friend. Just ditch your buddy and go, I don't want none of this. You're stuck there with mom. Have fun.
Cutter, I got one here from our Facebook page. Jessica says, I was hanging out in the jacuzzi with my stepmom and my dad when I was like 16. Great conversation, and I was feeling cool being able to stay up later than my sisters. I was telling them about teenage things and school and stuff, and then my dad did a 180 and advised me that boys your age only want one thing, and that's to get into your pants. She goes, I excused myself and said goodnight after that. That is a weird thing. Maybe he was doing that on purpose to get her out of the hot tub.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
He is hoping for some alone time with mom.
Usually hot tubs are not like a family situation. Usually hot tubs are put on this planet for one reason, to be disgusting.
That's true. All right, we got another text. My mom's name is Giselle. And when my brother and I brought some friends over, she would introduce herself with, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Giselle, but you can call me Jiz. What? Obviously, all of our friends cracked up. She had no idea. So they had
She's oblivious to the fact?
had to explain to Mom why using the name Jizz is a bad idea.
Hi, boys. I'm Jizz. Seriously? Oh, my gosh.
So funny.
What a beautiful, beautiful lady, Giselle. Or Jizz,
wonderful
as
mom.
her friends called her. Tony from the stream chimed in with this story. Once again, not exactly an awkward conversation, but an awkward moment. She goes, kids were spending the night at a friend's house. I decided to get a little undressed, dressed up, and wait for my husband to come home. My daughter came home to grab some things she forgot. She goes, we locked eyes, and she slowly backed out the door. Oh, you had a conversation. You may not think any words were said, but you all had a conversation between your eyes, and it was, get out, and please let this be burned from my memory forever. It was an amazing conversation.
All right, coming up next, we've got the Dude of the Week Deathmatch, and I think it's the toughest choice we've had yet. So you can vote now on the Facebook page, the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. We'll tell you who's up for the Dude of the Week after Weezer. Say it ain't so. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Ooh. Wanda said, dog was arrested in Mexico for kidnapping Andrew Luster, future heir to Max Factor. Luster skipped bail in California and was accused of drugging and raping 3 women. Huh.
Damn.
What's the Max Factor? Is that makeup? Is that like a makeup thing? Sounds like makeup. Max Factor? The hair dryers? I don't know. It's one of those, right?
I got another text. My mom is a nurse. When I was a teenager, I had a few friends over. Can't even remember what we were talking about. And my mom chimes in and says, well, you know what they say? Oh, wow. Never mind. Never mind.
Wait a minute. What'd she say?
You can read it.
No, PG it up for us. PG up for us.
She commented about the rumor about people with large penises. And she says it's true.
Oh, okay. Wow. Wow, Mom. That's a conversation.
Always pre-read a text.
Always pre-read a text. Makeup. Thank you. Sugar and Spit and Wanda. Thank you for clearing that up. Yeah, Max Factor. I knew I heard it somewhere. Obviously not a big makeup guy. Maybe I should be in the morning, though, especially when I be on camera. Greg says, I don't have any happy, awkward conversations. Well, that's funny, Greg, because every conversation we've had with you is mostly awkward.
But not happy. So I guess
and none of it.
none of it's happy.
Actually, come to think of it, I don't even like Greg. He's kind of a dickhead. Did I just have a breakthrough? All right, guys, coming up is Dude of the Week Deathmatch. We're going to explain the 2 stories we have for you to vote today. Cotter found both of these stories, and he must have went to the sappy well of sap to get both these, because it is a very difficult one.
Yeah, this one's tough. There's not even a fun one in there. They're just both.
A father who's an absolute hero, saving lives of his 2 daughters and niece. And then a dude who's been kind of down on his luck, health-wise, for a while, who's worked the same job for 13 years, which I'm sure is slightly unforgiving just because of what he does. And he gets the biggest, like, pat on the back and glow up from an Instagram guy ever. Yeah. And his life has changed forever because of it. Yeah, it's kind of 2 wild stories. And that last guy I mentioned, the guy who's actually a piano player, he's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
He sits in the Atlanta airport. We probably walked by him 1,000 times.
I'm sure we have. Now I'm going to look out for him.
So I bought some coffee cups, these little tumbler deals.
Yeah.
These are just like off-brand. They're Sunwill, great brand. I got like a 2-pack for like $25 because my wife, that Xfinity one that we got from when we were endorsing, she won't admit it, but she lost it. She swears that she doesn't have it. I rarely, if ever, use it.
Right.
But it's lost. So we no longer have it. So I decided to buy these. So on the lids of these things, they actually have no like vent hole.
Really?
So if you have hot coffee and you put this lid on, it literally like shoot off. So I felt really manly on Sunday morning when I drilled holes into the things, and I didn't break them. So no big deal. I'm a genius.
All right, guys, got about 15. Be right back. We've got the toughest dude of the week deathmatch coming up in just moments. Of course, everybody's invited to join the horde. Get on the stream. You can watch the show every morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. As always, listen to the show. You can download the app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker and check us out on the website. that is rock1061.com.
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch.
Cool! A freak show! Let's check it out!
The Dude of the Week Deathmatch on the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
So this is easily the toughest choice for Dude of the Week I think we've ever had. I mean, occasionally, I would say most of the time, we've got, the uplifting, heartwarming story, and then we got something kind of fun.
Yeah, like a dude who chugs a beer in record time.
Today, it's just two heart-wrenching, really hitting the feels type stories.
All right, well, let's kick off with story number one, Cotter.
All right, Ray Lucas. Ray and his girlfriend, Cheyenne Brown, came back from the store, and they found their home engulfed in flames, and their twin daughters were trapped inside. Now, Ray's mom was back watching the kids. She was out in the front yard totally freaking out, obviously.
Yeah.
Ray doesn't think twice. Dude runs into the burning building to save his kids. He said once he got inside, he couldn't see anything. His kids were in the basement. He knew where that was, thankfully. Got down there. Both of his daughters, they were safe. They were quiet but responsive, so he grabbed them, ran out of the house. That's when he realized his niece was still in the house, up in the second floor.
Yeah, so he went upstairs. He couldn't find her. He came back down, looked up at the window, and she was at the window. So he's just jump.
Yeah.
And that kid jumped out of the window, and he caught her. Yeah. So it's an amazing story. Now, he and some of the kids have second, third degree burns. The house is a complete loss.
Yeah.
The house is burned to the absolute ground. Now, there is a GoFundMe that has raised over $286,000, which probably is only the start of what they need because they have a ton of medical bills to pay for now. And obviously a house and every single belonging in their lives to replenish. But what an amazing story. Ray Lucas, just the father of all dudes right now. What a great story.
All right, your second option. Actually, two people here because you got Carlos Whitaker, who is a social media guy, and then you got Tony Carter. Now, Tony, if you've ever been to the Atlanta airport, you see a dude playing the piano. That's Tony. Dude's there every day for 13 years.
Concourse 1, baby.
Yep, he's playing the piano. And so Carlos comes to the airport. He's one of those guys. He sees Tony. He sits down. He listens to him for 90 minutes. And then they start talking.
He's at the airport way too early.
and then they start talking, just kind of sharing stories, personal stuff, and all this. That's when Carlos got the idea to reach out to his 200,000 Instagram followers to see if they can give Tony, the biggest tip of his life. 30 minutes. They raised $10,000.
Yeah, and when they told this to him, he started crying. He lost it. He said he just couldn't believe it. And by the time Carlos jumped on the plane, they had $20,000 in tips ready for this guy. By the time that he got home, he had $44,000, and then he had the piano player on his podcast, because he also does a podcast, because everyone does. And as of the time they were having a conversation, there was $61,000 raised for this guy who's been playing piano in the concourse of the Atlanta airport. People probably ignore him, walk by him all the time. He's had health problems over the years. His kidneys were failing. But this guy, who probably you never even gave the time of day. You wouldn't even think about giving the time of day. I mean, he got the biggest tip of his life, and he's such a great guy.
Yeah, because he said he's going to use the money to help others. He said that $60,000 is not mine. It's money that's going to go to others. There's only one way to say thank you because words are inadequate, and that is to pay this forward.
Yeah, so 2 great stories for Dude of the Week today. We are really going to put you to task. It's a tough one today. So go ahead, feel free. Go to our Facebook page right now. Let us know which one you want to choose as the Dude of the Week. Or you can call us up with your vote. Also, you can just comment on the stream. Join us there, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Vote now, Dude of the Week Deathmatch. We reveal the winner coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 1061.
All right, Cotter, I got some votes coming in. Are you going to...
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, so Dennis has said Fire Rescue Dad.
Okay.
So Fire Rescue Dad. Guys, feel free to chime in with your votes. Who should be the Dude of the Week? The dad who saved his kids and niece. Caught his niece jumping out of the second-story window. What hands? He should be, once he fully recovers, he has second and third-degree burns on his arms and everything. He should just automatically get an NFL tryout. He's from Michigan, so the Lions should bring him in.
Dude was blind for 3 days, too, because of the smoke in his eyes, messed up his corneas. The doctor's like, you may never see again. Thankfully, that came back.
Yeah. He said it's not all the way back, but it's mostly back.
Yeah.
But once again, guys, feel free to vote on the stream. Let us know who you want to be Dude of the Week between, Dad, who saved some babies, and the piano player in the Atlanta airport. Pretty cool stuff. Dennis and Tony both say Fire Rescue.
Okay.
That's 2 total votes there. Oh, no. I'm out of coffee. Oh, no, I'm not. So we got trivia coming up next hour. Your chance to win some tickets to the Midday in the Garden, Beer Garden at Moon River.
Yeah,
it's a beer festival. So we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to that. We'll also hook you up with a pair of tickets to the Tailgate Bar Crawl from Savannah Bar Crawl.
Let's see who this is.
I got 3 more for Fire Dad.
Okay. Rock 1061, who's this?
Vic.
Hey, Vic, what's going on, man?
Hey, brothers. I'm going to go with the cat that helped out the piano player, man, because, people that are artists, man, they need, help every now and then.
Well, I agree 100%, man.
Speaking of artists, you're an artist, Vic.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, we should vote for you, bro. We should make you Dude of the Week one week. What do you think?
I'm due to the year.
Whoa. You're jumping to conclusions, my friend.
Hey, check this out, y'all. Y'all were talking about people, doing shit or this or that. My dad used to pull my fucking shorts down every time I wear my shorts.
Yeah?
He pull them down to my knees. So one time we was all out, having kind of a family party. I realized he had a pair of shorts on. It was real loose. And I snatched him some bitches down so fast he didn't even realize it. And he's about half lit. My mom's screaming, John. And he's like looking at her like, what? And she points down and his junk's all fucking hanging out.
Utter burn.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's father-son stuff. You can't make that up. That's
so good. So good.
Vic, thank you for that call, man. We appreciate it, dude.
All right, fellas. Top of the morning to you.
See you, Vic.
See you, Vic.
Later.
All right. So
that can be saved in the
I'm saving
the
it.
Vic file.
The idea that you brought up for the end of the year, one of them has got to be best call from Vic.
Yeah. 100%. That guy should honestly get a tryout with the Detroit Lions. He's from Michigan, but yeah, let's let him try out for the Bears. Probably be better than half the people we have. So Dennis, Tony, Jess, Terabyte, and Cam all said Fire Dad.
Okay.
Wanda said she voted for Fire Dad on the Facebook.
I got hers.
That one.
Yep.
I think it seems like a runaway at this point. Greg says it was probably his meth lab that blew up, but I'll go with the Fire Dad because I hate social media influencers.
Harsh.
Greg, with a personality like yours, though, I think you probably do pretty well as an Instagram influencer.
You probably would.
Edgy and cool and really old. You could be like you could do the Instagram handle like barefoot runner guy, and just be that guy. Phil says fire guy as well.
Okay. Yeah, this is a runaway. I would guess it wasn't tough at all. Top of the 8 o'clock hour, Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face. Indie wrestler or reefer?
Oh.
I'm going to give him a name. He has to tell me whether it's the name of an independent wrestler. I found a list of the top 75 from Lariat's Pro Wrestling. Top 75 from 2021. So it's just a list off of that. It's names off of that list, or it's a strain of marijuana.
What webs? Lariat?
It's from. It's the list is called the Lariat Pro Wrestling Top 75.
Are they just like a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So that's just where I got the names from. So they're from that list. It wasn't like I just randomly grabbed names and then a strain of marijuana or a strain of marijuana. It's tough, man. Some of these are like you could go either way on all of them.
So I think Greg is trying to make people feel bad for him. He said, I was in a fabulous mood until Marshall declared how much he hated me. Do you feel bad for Greg?
No, because now instead of it being focused on me, it's focused on you, so I'm pretty okay with this situation. So
Hold on a second. Greg is usually a big jerk to us. Both.
No, I know, and I'm fine with you hating on him because I'm good. I'm good all around.
And speaking of Greg, getting past our little tiff we're having this morning, just so you know, next Monday is a big day for Greg and I. Greg and I may resume giving you crap about running. We talked about this. We gave you a 3-week break. Mm-hmm. We were allowing you to do your vacations, get your kids out of the house one by one, and you said August 9th is the day we can start making fun of you again.
You technically said August 9th.
I just threw it out there, and you agreed. I have it on video.
That's fine. Because I said I was going to.
It's not fine. It's true.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not denying it. But because I initially said I was going to pick back up with the hash people after the 14th, because that's when I move Ella in. But that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can start giving me crap next week.
And we were going to motivate you into that week. Yeah.
Vic chimed in on the with the text. Vic, due to the year, he's voting for himself.
Oh, that's nice. Good for him. It wasn't an option, but that's very much like Vic to vote for himself in something we're not really talking about involving him.
I got a minute 45.
Elaine says, this one was tough, but I think I'm going to go with Fire Dad. So another one for Fire Dad, please.
Yeah. Damn.
It was a tough one. I mean, I forget his name off the top of my head. So Carter.
Yeah, Tony Carter.
Yeah, Tony Carter, man. Valentine. That's his nickname, which is an excellent Valentine. Yeah. It's an excellent nickname.
No, I like that story a lot. I thought that was I just thought that was a neat story. All right, we're gonna come back in and just instead of rejoin, we're gonna do that. Oops, let me try.
Once we get done with this break, I'm gonna use the restroom.
Okay.
After it.
Yeah.
Andrew says, I don't know the choices, so I'll go with Fire Dad. There you go.
Jumping on the bandwagon.
It was Fire Dad or Piano Guy. They're both great stories. Andrew, you can read those stories if you want. They're over at the Cotter and Marsh Show Facebook page. Check them out there.
30 seconds.
Perfecto. All right, so we'll name the dude of the week, guys, and then we're going to come right back to
he
top.
Said he was going opposite of Fire Dad. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
After dude of the week, guys, we're going to jump right into Quiz in the Face, top of the 8 o'clock hour.
All right, be right back. So I thought today's options for Dude of the Week were going to be tough because I thought they were two great stories. Ray Lucas, he saved not only his twin daughters from a burning fire, running in, going to the basement, grabbing them, running out, and then catching his niece who had to jump out of a second-story window because she was still in the house.
Right.
He had second and third-degree burns. He was blind for like 3 days because of the smoke getting into his eyes. I mean, intense story. That was option number one. Option number two, Carlos Whitaker and Tony Carter. Tony Carter is a piano player up at the Atlanta airport. If you've been there at any time, you've probably heard this guy play. Well, he met up with Carlos Whitaker, who took to his Instagram page, ended up raising $60,000 for Tony. And then Tony was like, I'm going to share it with everybody else. Two good guys.
Yeah, I mean, two great stories today. But, man, story number one hit a lot of you in the feels. So I think we have ourselves a dude of the week, Cotter.
Yeah, our dude of the week this week is Ray Lewis. I said Ray Lewis.
He is not the dude of the week.
He's not the dude of the week. Ray Lucas.
Yes.
Who's coming through, saving his kids, saving his niece, bodily harm. I mean, running into a burning building. How crazy is that?
Absolutely terrifying. I mean, he had to go down into the basement to get his twin girls, and then he ran outside, caught his niece, jumped out of the second story window and caught his niece in the air. Everyone's alive. Everyone's safe. The house, complete loss, but they've raised $286,000 via a GoFundMe account, so hopefully that'll start the rebuilding process for that family. But he is definitely the dude of the week.
All right, coming up top of the 8 o'clock hour, Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face. Indie wrestler or reefer? Marshall, I'm going to give you a name. You have to tell me whether it's an indie wrestler or a strain of marijuana.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at both these things.
We'll find out. Quizzed in the face coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right. BRB.
Cool.
Here, ask some questions on the 8 ball.
Oh, there we go. All right. If anybody's got any questions for the 8 ball, I do have possession of it. So feel free to hit me up. All right. So, I think this quizzed in the face. I mean, honestly, these can go either way. I mean, some of them are just, it's crazy. It could be a pro wrestler. It could be some marijuana. We'll find out. We'll see how Marshall does. Get through commercials, get the System of a Down, get to Metallica. Enter Sandman, and then we'll do our first 5 questions. For Quizzed in the Face. Plan on keeping it a short day at work today. I'm going to head home, I think, kind of almost right after work and finish up the day from there. Try to get a nap in, hang out with the dog. Dog's getting a little spastic. Ask the 8 ball, should I go take a nap now since Bubba's napping? Been up since 4. I'm just going to say yes. I won't even ask the 8 ball, but I'll ask the 8 ball. The 8 ball says yes. Just flat out yes. Take a nap. Go for it. There we go. All right. Big thank you to everybody for hanging out this morning. What is today? Tuesday? It's only Tuesday, and I'm already losing track of where we are in the world. Next week, we've got Thursday and Friday off. Have a good day, Wanda. Sorry, I know. Taking a lot of time off here. It's like, it's weird. It's like you get enough time off, and you're just trying to cram it all in. And it all kind of fell around the same time. But next week, taking a couple days off so I can move my kid into college. It's like a 14-hour drive to Fayetteville, Arkansas. So we're going to leave Thursday and move her in Friday and then head back Saturday. So we'll be there for like a day and a half. Marshall's taking a day off at the end of August so he can go home and visit the family. And then, I don't know if September, October. Got a couple days off in October to go down to Austin. For the Austin City Limits Music Festival. It's my annual trip to Austin. So, go do stuff. All right. Hopefully, everybody, the older you get, the faster the days go by. 100%, man. I have realized that so 100%. 100% agree. And it stinks. Kids get older. Life picks up. Just slow the F down, man. Slow down. Not ready. We haven't mentioned what we're doing for Cake Day yet, have we?
No.
We did talk about that last week. Cake Day is official. It is happening.
Oh.
So Cake Day is just one and done. We're not going to do this again, are we?
No,
Cake Day,
it's just one. Yeah.
We hit it once, so we will have a Cake Day. Everybody will be invited.
No, if we eventually get a working studio, we'd have Cake Day once a month.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
That's way too much cake.
No, it's not. It's the perfect amount of cake, especially if it's ice cream cake. Ice cream cake superior to just a normal cake.
All right. Just get rid of all of this stuff.
Oh, good, Rhett. No worries.
Sorry, just getting everything set for later in the show, and it looks like I'm mostly set, which is stunning after, forgetting to send myself my own notes. She's kind of a bitch. All right, there we go. Cake Day details. Do we know these yet? Yes, they are it's going to happen in a few weeks, and we will share that with you before the end of this week. We had a conversation about it over a few beers, so we're going to confer and reconfirm, make sure we remembered the same thing.
That's a good idea.
We did have a couple beers, and we'll reveal that before the end of the week. So in case anyone's talking about Cake Day or is wondering what's going on with it, it is going to be happening. We are very excited about it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
And it's good because it's going to be in a few weeks, and which is very good news because our boss yesterday said we couldn't use his credit card for a couple days because it needed to be paid down. Speaking of our boss, he's right there.
What up, A-Dub?
So I was talking to A-Dub yesterday. He's getting into moving right now.
Yep.
Yeah, he's selling houses. Well, great time to sell a house. So I just got an email yesterday.
But he's also going to buy a house. That's right. It's rough.
So I just got an email over the weekend. So my house is up like 11%. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
My house is like nowhere close. It's almost, I think it's like $100,000. According to Zillow, it's now $100,000 more than what I bought it.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's insane.
Now you bought it a while ago though.
I bought it in 2017, so I bought it 4 years ago.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I thought it was longer than that.
No, I lived on Sugarcane,
right?
Over in Georgetown for 3 years.
Okay.
So and I've been here for 7. So
okay.
Yeah, I've now lived longer in this house than I've lived in Sugarcane.
Okay.
Which sucked. I didn't like that house at all.
Yeah. No, I get it. Your house. I like your house now.
Yeah. The houses aren't. It's a little bit bigger, but it's the backyard that makes it.
Dude, the backyard's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that backyard's amazing. All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes left in system. We'll get to some Metallica and then quizzed in the face.
Happy 58th birthday, James Hetfield of Metallica. It's his birthday today.
That's true.
Yeah, the whole house buying process is really fun and exciting, and then you realize the worst part of ever moving comes along with it because you have to package up all your garbage and then move it over to your new house. Yeah. And that's the worst. Charles says, for Cake Day, let's have a cage match between Vic and Tim Janier.
My money's on Vic in that fight all day long.
Yeah, he'd be too scrappy for Tim.
Nah, Tim couldn't handle that.
Speaking of, we did call Tim while we talked about Cake Day, and we have confirmed Tim's presence at Cake Day.
Now, was he trying to get out of it initially? He didn't feel like he should be there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he initially said, "No, I don't know if I should be there." I'm like, "You will be there."
Yeah, he's got to be there.
Now, we're excited about Cake Day. That'll happen later on this month. More details before the end of the week on that.
Flash flood watch in effect from noon today through this evening. Showers and storms could bring 4 to 6 inches of rain. Jesus.
Yeah, I saw Jeremy Nelson at WJCL, the meteorologist there, say kind of like they brought up the map of like Savannah, Richmond Hill. Savannah had like 2.76 inches expected like through Friday of this week.
Right. That's just crazy.
So I was reading this story last night. I don't know if you saw it or not, but you remember Allen Iverson?
Oh, yeah.
A basketball player. He's amazing.
Yeah.
For the 76ers. So he apparently told a story recently where he was hanging out with Biggie, the Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
And Biggie got Allen Iverson so high, he couldn't feel his feet anymore. What a story. I mean, I know it's just a small, like, silly one,
but
could you imagine, like, just getting high with the Notorious B.I.G., a legend, who obviously got his life was cut short because he was murdered, allegedly, and you just getting so high with him you can't feel your feet.
Yeah.
So he told this story recently on a podcast. Ooh, Allen Iverson definitely gained some weight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm just looking at the video of him, and he's definitely gained some weight. Still wearing the ice, though. I mean, he's got the blinged out chain and the watch and everything. Good old Allen Iverson. I love it. I was definitely a bigger basketball fan growing up than I was a football fan.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I grew up in the early 90s when the Bulls were winning, their 2-3.
Yeah, I get that.
I was like 12-ish years old. I loved playing basketball. There wasn't enough kids in my community that, I could even think about playing football.
Yeah.
So we played basketball all the time. So I was a much bigger basketball fan than I was a football fan for sure growing up. I mean, obviously that switched in adulthood, especially with like fantasy football, like helping propel my my addiction to gambling that I don't have. And if you have an addiction to gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER for help.
I got about 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
Also, I can't wait till gambling becomes legal in Georgia so I can have FanDuel sponsor our show.
Are you going to pull an Evander Kane and literally throw the show and bet against us?
Yes, I would all the time. Well, it depends on how much money I needed that week. How do I throw the show?
I don't know.
Do I not show up? That'd be kind of good. Does Marshall show up today? All right, how far away are we?
We got about 3 minutes.
Right on. All right, up next, I'm sure Cotter told you about it, getting quizzed in the face. We'll play trivia after that. We'll hook you up with some cool prizes, including tickets to Midday in the garden, in the beer garden at Moon River. It's a beer festival, a very mini one, but it's cool that we're getting at least a little something going on. August 14th at Moon River on Bay Street. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we obviously have Marshall's Music News. Then we'll talk about this dude who put a list of people banned from his yard on his door. He could be a little bit of a psychopath.
Maybe.
So we have that story, and then we both create our own list of people we wanted to ban from our yards.
Yeah.
So I'll have to recreate my list, but I have an idea of who I put on there.
Yeah, it's like I started the list. I'm like, it should be way longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there should be so many people I want banned from my yard. But I just didn't want to overdo it.
So obviously coming up here in the next few weeks, we have a ton of shows coming to Victory North, guys. So Pop Evil's going to be playing on August 23rd. That show, once again, is at Victory North with 0936. What's that song we play from them?
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline, that's it.
And in fact, is coming up next.
And then Tommy Vext is coming, formerly of Bad Wolves. He's suing his ex-band member, so he probably needs the money to sue him. Anyway, he'll be playing at Victory North on September 9th. We got POD coming in town from Ashes to News, coming in with them as well. That's September 22nd. And then a week later, September 28th, Candlebox is going to be at Victory North. We got Fozzy coming in as well in October. So tons of great shows. Keep listening for your chance to win tickets, especially on the second half of September. We're going to have all sorts of tickets to hook you guys up with.
Nice. All right, just over a minute.
Also, welcome to Rockville tickets. We'll have those coming up in the next few weeks. Possibly some Shaky Knees tickets. I got, what's her name? Lita Ford from Fleetwood Mac is going to be headlining one night. Is that Lita Ford?
Not Lita Ford.
I always mix
Stevie
them up.
Nicks.
Stevie Nicks.
I'm like, Lita Ford? That's awesome. No,
Who's Lita Ford? Why am I mixing this up in my head?
Lita Ford is... Oh, what song she do? Kiss Me Deadly?
Probably.
I think that's Lita Ford. She also did the Leather and Lace with Don Henley. Is that with Don Henley?
Kiss Me Deadly, Shot of Poison, Close My Eyes Forever.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty.
Possibly.
Is that Lita Ford? Stevie Nicks. I don't know. Now I'm getting confused. I'm so lost. All right, we got about 25 seconds.
Anyway, yeah, Shaky Knees also has Royal Blood on the show and
nice.
Run the Jewels. So that one's awesome.
All right, guys, 15 seconds. Be right back. Happy birthday to Metallica frontman James Hetfield. He is 58 years old.
58.
I don't see them stopping anytime. I can see him well into his 60s, early 70s. They're going to become today's Stones.
I think they will be, honestly. I don't see the band stopping. And
I don't either.
In a recent interview, Kirk Hammett says that's not going to happen. They will not be stopping anytime soon. They've been working on new music. We're going to get a new Metallica album probably next year, guys. So I mean,
Hope so.
The band is nonstop working on new and fun stuff for us.
So that ought to be cool. But happy birthday to James Hetfield of Metallica. Right now, Marshall, it's time to quiz you in the face. Today's quiz, indie wrestler or reefer?
Okay. I love this one.
I'm going to give you a name. You have to tell me whether it's an indie wrestler or a strain of marijuana.
Gotcha.
All right, so here we go. We're going to jump right in. Number 1, Blue Dream.
Ooh, Blue Dream.
Blue Dream. Is it an indie wrestler or a strain of marijuana?
Now, there is a wrestler named Velveteen Dream, which I'm familiar with.
Yes.
Now, maybe that's too close to a wrestler. I'm going to go the marijuana.
That is correct.
Nice.
All right, nice start. Blue Dream, it's known for its cerebral stimulation.
Oh, that's kind of what I do on the show. I cerebrally stimulate everyone listening.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right, number 2.
Call me the Blue Dream, baby.
Number 2, indie wrestler or reefer, Chem Dog.
Chem Dog?
Chem Dog.
Can I get a definition, please? Chem Dog.
Chem Dog.
That sounds like, remember the Junkyard Dog back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
He'd come out with a chain.
JYD.
Yeah. Give me a wrestler on this one.
Wrong again.
No, really?
It is marijuana known for its diesel-like aroma. That's not pleasant.
Yeah.
That's not good at all.
I do not endorse Chem Dog.
All right, number 3, Zicky Dice. Zicky Dice.
Spell Zicky for me.
Zicky. Zicky Dice.
I don't know. I just feel it's not. I don't feel like that's weed. I don't.
Okay.
Yo, roll up a joint of Zicky Dice, bro.
Yeah.
Is that how weed guys sound? I'm gonna go wrestler. I feel good on wrestling.
That is correct.
All right. I like that.
Zicky Dice. Now, I had this list. It's Lariat's Pro Wrestling Top 75 Indie Wrestlers from 2021. Zicky Dice, number 30 on the list.
Oh, nice.
Number 30. So 2 out of 3 so far. Coming in at number 4,
Okay.
Grease Monkey, an independent wrestler or reefer.
Wow.
Grease Monkey.
This is tough.
It's so hard, man.
Grease Monkey. Nah, I feel like it's too on the nose for a wrestler. Give me weed.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Nice.
All right.
Not a drug guy, guys. Marshall's not a drug guy. Heads up.
3 out of 4, quizzed in
Or
the
am I?
face. We'll do one more. We'll take a break.
Okay,
Come
all right,
back. So
all right.
the last one in the first half, a quiz in the face, indie wrestler or reefer, Pretty Proper.
Oh, okay.
Pretty Proper.
Pretty proper. Man, I'm seeing like a wrestler vibe to this, right?
Okay.
I'm seeing pretty proper. Yeah, like coming out. It's a female wrestler. She's pretty. She's like dressed up like in a librarian outfit. That's more.
I was going to say this is Pornhub or wrestling.
Like, yeah, Pornhub or wrestling.
Different game.
Give me wrestler.
That is correct.
Yes.
Woo! Pretty proper. Actually, a tag team.
Oh, okay.
Coming in at number 32 on the list.
Cotter, I'm 4 for 5, buddy. Are you impressed yet?
I'm so impressed. Four out of 5, quizzed in the face, indie wrestler or reefer. We'll see how you do in the back half coming up after 0936. This is Adrenaline, Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Kudos to me.
Killing it, man.
So Terabyte said I had to get 7 out of 10 today.
I think you're going to do it.
I just got it 3 out of 5.
I think you got
Crossing
this.
my fingers. Now, I said I'd get only 5 out of 10, so I'm almost already there, so I feel good about it.
Either way, you should be all right.
Let's split the difference. 6 out of 10 for me today. Let's just get 2 more. Feeling good about this. All right, so go over the 5 once again. So what was number 1 again?
Number 1 was Blue Dream.
Blue Dream, that was the wrestler.
That's marijuana.
Or that's marijuana.
Known for its cerebral stimulation.
Okay.
Chem Dog was number 2, also marijuana, known for its diesel-like aroma.
Okay.
Number 3, Zicky Dice is a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Grease Monkey is marijuana, known for its lazy, munchy-fueled body buzz.
Lazy, munchy-fueled body buzz.
So
it's like, do I have to only strictly eat the munchies, like the Cheetos and the pretzels? Okay.
And number 5, Pretty Proper, actually a tag team, number 32 on this list.
Okay. All right, I feel good about this.
You're doing good, man.
4 out of 5. Pretty stellar. Pretty stellar kicking off the first half of Quiz in the Face today.
So, yeah, and I can't take credit for this idea. So this is the one I brought up, how we got an email, and somebody suggested this idea. So I went in and completely found different ones just in case, because we both get this email.
Okay.
So just in case you found it, I went through and got completely different ones. I didn't even, we'll probably bring this back in some form because there are so many marijuana strains. I mean, the website I went to had like 77 pages, and each page had 30 different strains on it. So I'm like, we'll come back to this.
I love this game.
Yeah, it's
fun. Awesome.
Yeah, I think the second half is going to be harder.
Okay.
Spoiler alert. Last one, tribute to Hefe 2, the new music Beta Fish.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So on the second half of this hour, guys, we have quiz. It's not Quiz in the Face. We actually have Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Once again, hooking you up with tickets to that awesome beer fest that's happening over at Moon River. Midday in the Beer Garden. That goes down August 14th. We'll also hook you up with tickets to go check out the Tailgate pub crawl with the Savannah bar crawl, folks. Our great sponsor of our trivia game. So hopefully you guys would win those, and you'll be playing one of us today.
All right, we got about 45 seconds.
All right, 4 for 5, baby. 4 for 5.
Doing good, man.
Feeling good. Feeling good. Show's flying by today. Tomorrow we got Chicks on Dudes with Mac.
Yeah. All right, 20 seconds. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Marshall is currently getting quizzed in the face, and he's knocking it out of the park. Indie wrestler or reefer? Giving him a name. It's going to tell me whether it's an indie wrestler or a strain of marijuana. You are 4 out of 5.
I'm not a drug guy, just a heads up. Wink, wink. No, I'm not a weed guy. No way.
I thought this would be harder because you can go both ways on a lot of these. So I thought you were going to struggle more, but no, out of the gate, 4 out of 5. I do think the next 5 are tougher. So here we go.
Okay.
Indie wrestler or reefer. We're continuing quizzed in the face. Number 6, Billy Kimber.
Billy Kimber.
Billy Kimber. Is it an indie wrestler or reefer?
I think I've actually heard of Billy Kimber before as a wrestler. Let's go wrestler.
Wrong again.
No, really?
Billy Kimber, marijuana, very high in THC, low in CBD, best for veteran smokers.
Oh, so
So if you're a first timer, stay
Right.
away from Billy Kimber.
wow,
He's
Billy Kimber.
gonna kick your ass like an indie wrestler.
Wow, that's incredible. I do not feel good about that at all. All right, okay, let's go. Let's get back on the rails here. Give me number 7.
All right, indie wrestler or reefer, Schlack. Shlak. Schlack.
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 Wow. What a word.
I know, right? Schlack.
What do you do with that?
It's either a wrestler or a reefer.
Wrestler? No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Schlack. I have no.
It's so weird, right?
Give me wrestler.
Yes! That is correct.
Number 58 on the top 75 of 2021 for indie wrestlers. All right, number 8, LSG.
LSD?
LSG.
That's a drug.
Yes, LSG.
LSG.
Indie wrestler or reefer.
Ooh, I don't know. LSG. No, that can't be a wrestler. I mean, that's like something like it's like low sodium ganja.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go weed on this.
Wrong again.
No, come on.
53 on the list. LSG is an indie wrestler.
Does it stand for anything?
It didn't say,
Oh.
so I didn't look into it. All right, so you're still doing strong though. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, how many you got now? I've lost track.
I currently have 5 correct.
Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. Number 9. True OG. True
Oh
OG.
no. Oh no. You could go both ways with
I
this.
know you could.
Oh man.
True OG indie wrestler or reefer.
Oh, this is so tough.
Ah.
This is so tough. True OG. I'm gonna go weed. Give me marijuana.
That is correct.
Strain was discovered in Southern California. The OG originally meant ocean grown.
Ocean grown?
Ocean grown. There you go.
Yeah, now we know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're at 6, right?
I'm at 6. Let's go for
All right,
7.
6 out of 9. Here we go. Number 10. In honor of Hefe 2, the new music beta fish. Is this an indie wrestler or reefer? El Jefe.
Ooh.
El Jefe.
Ooh, El Jefe. This is really good. Now, our Jefe has nothing to do with wrestling or marijuana.
Not that we
Just
are aware of.
That we're aware of.
Don't know what he does on his own.
We do leave the studio for majority of the day outside of the morning show. Man, this is another tough one,
El
Cotter.
Jefe.
El Jefe. I'm leaning to marijuana because that's what I naturally do in my life. No, I don't. If you're a police officer, I'm gonna say, yeah, give me marijuana.
Correct.
Yes! Man, marijuana has never failed me in my life. Thank you so much. 7 out of 10 today,
There
Cotter.
you go,
I'm
man.
not a drug guy, just to clear it up. Not a drug guy for any law enforcement that's listening.
El Jefe delivers a powerful yet relaxing high.
Just like our little fish who
There you
chooses
go.
new music.
There you go. Quizzed in the face, 7 out of 10. Nice going, man.
Thank you.
Indie wrestler or reefer. We'll definitely bring that back. Coming up next, going to talk our 20th anniversary countdown. That's coming up Labor Day weekend. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Recco's John the Pothead Marshall, your new Sopranos name. I didn't think of it when you said it. Billy Kimber, Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
My wife and Phil goes, Billy fucking Kimber. It's like at the beginning, beginning scream outs of the previews for Peaky Blinders when you watch it on Netflix. That's awesome. Terabyte said, I called it. So proud, Marshall.
7
Thanks,
out of 10.
buddy.
7 out of
Yes.
10.
Man, he did call it. He said 7 out of 10. He said, don't disappoint me. I did not disappoint you.
You came through.
I feel like when your dad says good job, like I feel like I'm getting a good job from Terabyte right now. Are you my new dad? Incredible stuff. That was a great game. Good job, man.
Yeah, that one was fun. I like that.
All right, guys. Talking, as Cotter said, 20th anniversary countdown. Then we'll get into trivia today. Trivia got great prizes for you to win just by calling up. Good morning, Liquid. So here's the deal with trivia this morning. We're going to hook you up with not only passes to the Tailgate Bar Crawl, we'll also give you passes to Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River. That's going down August 14th. They got all sorts of breweries from the area. Moon River, Service, Southbound, Coastal Empire, Two Tides, Hopatomica. They also have a meadery from B-Town.
That's awesome.
Silver Bluff, Southern Barrel from the South Carolina and Brunswick areas. Ghost Coast will also be there, apparently hooking us up with some beer cocktails. So pretty cool stuff. So your ticket includes a souvenir glass and exclusive access to the Beer Garden Festival grounds with tastings. So there you go, man.
That sounds fun. Would love to go. Don't have kids. I'm just kidding.
Maybe you just like fly your kid to school. You don't have to go.
Nah, it's the first one. It's the first trip. I haven't been there yet. I haven't actually been to Fayetteville to see the campus. So I definitely want to go and just kind of see what's going on.
How much stuff is your kid taking with her on college this first trip?
That's a good question. She's started to pack like fall and winter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she's starting to do that. I don't know yet. I mean, it's like it's not like she's not bringing a TV. Her roommate might bring a TV. But yeah, I mean, majority of it's just gonna be clothes. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
There's not a whole lot else.
Did you just buy her like a very large duffel bag?
Yeah, we
fill your life in here.
Yeah, I mean, we bought like plastic totes. That way she can put stuff in it, in the room when she's there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Keith filled up the back of the car. I mean, it was full, but he had a lot of just like little trinkety. He just collects stuff, and he wanted to bring everything with him. So that was Ella is very more streamlined in her stuff.
Right.
So she has an extensive collection of pandas, and that's about it.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
And I don't think she may bring one or two, but she ain't bringing all of those.
All right.
All right, give me 1 second. I got to go put in the song for music news. Let me do that now.
Gotcha. So, My Chemical Romance guitarist Frank Iero fell off a ladder over the weekend, which resulted in injuries to both of his wrists, breaking one while spraining the other. Oh, that sucks. Well, that would have been a huge issue if they were playing their shows this year. He said it isn't ideal, but I fell off a ladder and broke my wrist and sprained my left wrist because I figured it was easiest to let everyone know why it's hard to return emails and text messages. Oof. Well, hopefully a fast recovery for Frank from My Chemical Romance. Got a lot of shows next year, so heal up fast, buddy. Yeah, so I actually, so Rhett just commented on our stream, said computer, Xbox, PlayStation, clothes, and a mini fridge is all you need for when it comes to, your college moving out experience. I never actually left to go to school, which explains why I'm in radio. But yeah, when I moved out the first time, I literally filled my 2003 Chevy Cavalier with all my stuff. And outside of my bed and a dresser, I don't think anyone had to move anything else for me. There was like absolutely nothing. I owned nothing at the age of 21. I'm guessing is a good thing. All right, guys. Later on in the show, we are going to get to Marshall's Music News. We have new music from Papa Roach. They got together with a couple other people to do a new song that's going to appear on a new album, which they still don't have a date for. I got some news on Rage Against the Machine, and Led Zeppelin has a documentary that they're going to be putting out here in the next few weeks/months. Don't have an official date on it quite yet, but there is a Led Zeppelin documentary that actually has the band participating in it. Which is actually really, really cool. They've never done anything like this before. Yeah. Led Zeppelin's finally starting to do a few things. I mean, they're not going to get together and play any shows, I don't think, anytime soon or ever. But they are definitely going to be putting out a book. They put out a book a couple years ago, and now they have this new documentary they plan on doing. So it's pretty cool that they have all this stuff going on.
Nice. Looks like Rhett commented about things to go to college.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Computer, yes. Had to buy a brand new laptop because there are specific programs. She's going for architecture. So there are specific programs that needed to run, and the current laptop we had, of course, was not girthy enough to run these programs. So yes, laptop, Xbox, PlayStation. She's not really a gamer, so no. Keith took our Wii, but no, not taking an Xbox. Clothes, all kinds of clothes. Mini fridge, where actually there's one in the room, so we did not have to bring one. So that was a plus.
So Amazon, they purchased the rights to J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings series to do like a TV show. Yeah. So they announced they've actually wrapped production on the first season of this new series. It's been completed in New Zealand, and the long-awaited debut of this new series is going to come out Thursday, September 2nd of next year.
Oh, jeez.
So we are 13 months away from finally seeing a Lord of the Rings series. So this is really, really cool.
Is Peter Jackson involved?
Peter Jackson is not involved.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't know if he'd be like an executive producer or anything like that.
So the new TV show, which I'll definitely watch. The new epic drama brings to screens for the very first time J.R.R. Tolkien's fabled second age of Middle-earth's history, beginning at a time of a relative peace thousands of years before the events of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings books. So this happens thousands of years prior to the whole Lord of the Rings saga. But this is kind of cool, man. So once again, this premieres next September, and the cast is massive. I mean, they have, dozens and dozens of people in the show already.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah,
I've got about a minute.
Peter Jackson is not involved in this. The series is developed by a bunch of people. Let's see. Nope, don't know any of them.
I just thought he was the curator of all things Tolkien when it comes to, film.
Yep, not on this series at all. Kind of cool, though.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely watch it. My wife is a big Lord of the Rings fan. That was one thing. Once both kids are out, she's like, we're going to watch Lord of the Rings again, the extended version.
Not a big book guy, but I read the first Lord of the Rings book. Now, did I read the second and third? Nope. But I read the first one, Fellowship of the Ring, baby. Read all through that.
Read The Hobbit because kids' book.
Right? Sounds too long.
I started Lord of the Rings. That's it. I couldn't do it.
Really?
Put it down. There's too much going on. All right, guys, be right back. Coming up Labor Day weekend on Rock 106.1, we're going to count down the top 1,061 songs ever played on Rock 106.1 in our 20 years of history. Now, so it doesn't have to be songs just from the past 20 years. We're talking anything, classic rock, stuff from the 90s, weird one-hit wonders. Is there a local band or song that really stood out to you? We want you to help us put together this list because it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and wow, it's mostly just Cotter putting that list together, having to schedule all that. So kudos to you. So if you have a song that you are thinking of, that you want on the list, a part of the countdown, Labor Day weekend, coming up here in just a few weeks. Kind of crazy to think. Go ahead and go to our website, rock1061.com, throw in your info, and then let us know if there's one song or 20 songs that you can think of that you want absolutely played that weekend, because we are going to be jamming out all Labor Day weekend long with this countdown.
It is the 20th anniversary Rock 1061 countdown. Give us your input now at rock1061.com. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? It is coming up. His Glorious Sons, SOS, Rock 1061.
Rhett brought up a great point. He goes, hey, New Zealand, the safe place for the apocalypse.
That's true.
That's why they're filming the Lord of the Rings series there, because even in an apocalypse, we'll still have new television from them.
All right, so we got about 2:45. Solicit for some trivia.
So confirmed in a different interview, Khabib, who was the now currently retired champion from the UFC, in a recent interview, he actually says he is retired for real. He says that he has no plans of a comeback in the works. Now, Justin Gaethje, who actually just fought 2 weeks ago, and he says he's still in the prime of his career, wants to fight Khabib real bad, apparently. So there's been some words and some conversations had, but Khabib says, absolutely not. I am staying retired, not fighting ever again.
Dude, made his money, man. Why risk it? You're good. You're in good health, for being a UFC fighter. You got cash. Just hang it up and stay away.
I mean, his exact quote when asked if he wanted to come back was no, and then no.
I mean, getting hit, it can't be fun. Hopping in an octagon and just getting beat up by people. That's got to be miserable.
It's not ideal, but sometimes the pay outweighs the risk.
Yeah.
All right, guys, getting ready and set for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia? I'm all good over here. I would say my game overall, I would say it's on a scale of 1 to 10. Mine's like a 5.7.
Okay.
I think it's kind of easy, although I had to kind of write it last second this morning. I do have 3 multiple choice questions.
Okay.
That changes anyone's mind on who you want to play if you have to be calling in here.
I got 3 as well, but mine are 50-50. All 3 are 50-50 multiple choice.
Can't say the same over here.
All right, we got about 45 seconds.
Already got someone calling in.
Well, he's gonna go to voicemail because we're not ready.
Maybe the rings take a really long time. You don't know that.
Yeah, he won't make it. They won't make it.
Rhett says Khabib has 2 good working ankles. Don't mess that up.
Yeah, and me, man. All right, 25 seconds.
Oh, quick heads up. I didn't do 40. I did 30 burpees yesterday. I was sad. I was disappointed. I just ran out of time. My wife was coming home.
This was past the date of doing them, though.
Yeah, I know.
Now you're just showing off.
Yeah, well, I just did 30. So it took like an hour and a half. I'm kidding. But it just took a really long time.
All right, guys, be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Let's find out. It's brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Now is your opportunity to take on either myself or Marshall in a round of trivia.
Cotter, this is really cool. Today's prizes are pretty outstanding. First and foremost, we do have passes to the Savannah Bar Crawl next bar crawl. It's called the Tailgate Bar Crawl. First big weekend of college football action coming up on September 4th. We're going to hook you up with a pair of passes to that. Plus, we're going to hook you up with a pair of passes to Midday in the Beer Garden at Moon River. This is a beer festival. That means you get to have some drinks, hang out, and check out local breweries that are available like Moon River, Service, Southbound, Coastal, Two Tides, Hopatomica. Also a meadery there, B-Town Meadery. Then we'll also have some beer places that aren't in the Georgia area like Silver Bluff and Southern Barrel Brewing Company as well. So we'll hook you up with a pair of passes to that and a pair of passes to the tailgate.
This is awesome. So call us now, 800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061. Rock 1061, who's this?
Hey, this is Steve.
Hey, Steve, how's it going?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Doing good. Who do you want to take on in trivia today? Myself, Cotter, or Marshall?
Let's see. I think I want to take on, I did Cotter last. Let's do Marshall.
Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
Marshall's going to put on the headphones. You know the drill. 7 questions, 60 seconds. We'll start as soon as they finish question number 1. If you don't know the answer to a question, feel free to pass. We got time at the end. We'll come back to it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile are the opening lyrics to what 1970s hit by Don McLean?
Don McLean.
Yeah, what's the name of the song?
American Pie.
There you go. In the film Hot Tub Time Machine, 4 men are transported back in time to what decade?
1980.
Yep, that's correct. 80s, that's all we need.
19.
Yep.
Okay.
What Tennessee distiller won the gold medal for the best whiskey in the world at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis? Was it George Dickel or Jack Daniels?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, what Tennessee distiller won the gold medal for the best whiskey in the world at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis? George Dickel or Jack Daniels?
Jack Daniels.
That is correct. How many questions are in each category on the first round of Jeopardy?
Please repeat.
How many questions are in each category on the first round of Jeopardy?
3.
Incorrect. What 1998 Pixar film featured such characters as Flick the Ant and Heimlich the Caterpillar?
I want to say ants.
Incorrect. What planet in our solar system has more moons, Jupiter or Venus?
Venus.
Incorrect. And finally, what American swimmer won the Olympic gold medal in the women's 1,500-meter freestyle last week? Katie Ledecky or Summer Sanders?
The first one.
That is correct. All right, Marshall, you can take off the headphones. Steve got 4 out of 7.
Ooh, good Lord.
All right, man. Hang tight. We're going to put Marshall to the test, see how he does. Marshall, 7 questions, 60 seconds. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, question number 1. A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me smile are the opening lyrics to what 1970s hit by Don McLean?
Oh, American Pie.
Correct. In the film Hot Tub Time Machine, 4 men are transported back in time to what decade?
The 80s.
That is correct. What Tennessee distiller won the gold medal for the best whiskey in the world at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis? George Dickel or Jack Daniels?
I don't like George Dickel. Let's just go Jack Daniels.
That is correct.
Nice.
How many questions are in each round? How many questions are in each category on the first round of Jeopardy?
5?
That is correct.
Okay.
What 1998 Pixar film features such characters as Flick the Ant and Heimlich the Caterpillar?
Ants.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Which planet in our solar system has more moons, Jupiter or Venus?
Jupiter.
That is correct. What American swimmer won the Olympic gold medal in the women's 1,500-meter freestyle last week? Katie Ledecky or Summer Sanders?
The first one. I never heard of the second one.
That is correct. So, Marshall, that is what? 6 out of 7.
Woo!
6 out of 7. Steve, Marshall got you, but don't worry. Still got some great stuff for you, man.
Cool, man. I appreciate it.
All right, Steve, just grabbing your number real quick off our caller ID. We'll give you a call here in the next couple of days, get you all set up with everything that you won. Other than that, man, thank you so much for calling in today.
Oh, no problem. I love you guys.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, man. See you later.
Yeah, I'll take care.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go over the correct answers, Cotter.
Yep, correct answers a long, long time ago. I can still remember how the music used to make me smile. The opening lines to American Pie.
Okay.
Hot Tub Time Machine took him back to the 1980s. Still a great film. So good. Jack Daniels was the Tennessee distiller who won the gold medal for the best whiskey in the world at the 1904 World's Fair. There are 5 questions. There are 5 questions in each category on the first round of Jeopardy. The 1998 Pixar film was A Bug's Life. Ants was DreamWorks.
Oh.
They came out like right at the same time.
Sure.
Which planet in our solar system has more moons? That is Jupiter. And Katie Ledecky won the women's 1,500-meter freestyle last week. Summer Sanders was a swimmer from like the 90s.
Yeah, sure.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, I totally knew that.
We're back tomorrow. Another round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, we're going to take care of that audio so we can get it ready for playback on air. We'll be right back on the stream. All right, guys, back on the live stream. Thanks for hanging out with us. You mind hitting the headphone adapter? I think it sounds weird to me now. Or maybe maybe it's just the volume thing. Yeah. Cool. All right, Connor's all done editing up Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia, which obviously you heard here first on the streams. Part of being a member of the Horde, you get stuff first. You can hear Connor's thoughts on ponytails, stuff like that.
So it has been, and I don't have the records in front of me. I know we've had a couple ties. It's been a while since somebody's beat either one of us.
Yeah, I can actually pop it up and tell you right now. So our current winning percentages, Greg did them for us. You're at 76.19%, and I'm at 70.45%. Now, I'm disappointed in myself because I like to be at a solid 69% at all times. I think we've determined that.
Yeah.
So, Cotter, your record's 32 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties. My record is 31 wins, 6 losses, and 7 ties. So I've had a bunch more ties than you. The last time that one of us lost, I lost on June 28th to Dennis, 5-3.
June 28th?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that has been a while.
And the last time you lost was June 21st, 5-2 to Rudy.
All right, so see, it's been a minute.
Yeah, so we've had a couple ties. We did have back-to-back ties. You tied Elaine 2-2.
Yep.
I tied Shane 6-6. And then, let's see. And those were the last ties and losses that we've had. So we've each tied once and each lost once since June, middle of June.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
And although we're very stupid, we're pretty decent at trivia.
Nice run.
Yeah. Nice little run we're on. So, Connor, up next, we're going to talk about this crazy story about this crazy person who put a list of people that are banned from his yard.
Most of them are celebrities.
Yeah.
Then we got our list of people that we'd like to ban from our yard.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. I don't have to write another game of trivia. Now that I wrote that extra game this morning, I have like 3 games of trivia.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because I always write 2 at a time. And once again, a big thank you to our sponsor. Can't say it enough. Savannah Bar Crawl. They've been with us for a couple months now, and those guys are awesome. Waldo and Brian over at Savannah Bar Crawl. Their next bar crawl is going to be for the first big weekend of college football action, which is going to be Saturday, September 4th. They got that tailgate bar crawl. It's going to go all over the place, and of course, the Bulldogs take on Clemson that night at 7:30. So you can buy your tickets right now. They still have $5 early bird pricing on their tickets. You can buy from SavannahBarCrawl.com. So
nice.
If you head there, you can actually buy your tickets. If for some reason you don't get an opportunity to play us and win them directly from us. So that's coming up in like 32 days, 7 hours, 9 minutes, and 21 seconds. They have a timer on their website, but that's very convenient for me. But that should be a lot of fun. So, Cotter, I think we're at a point, speaking of football, I think we're at a point where we have football every weekend now for the rest of the year.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so because this weekend is the Hall of Fame game, and let me just confirm that. So the Hall of Fame game is going to be this Thursday. So we're 2 days away. We have the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers facing off in the Pro Football Hall of Fame game. That'll be at 8 p.m. At the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, adjacent to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So we'll have the Hall of Fame introductions for the NFL players going in this year, and it's a massive class. I mean, it's some of the biggest names. They've been holding on to them for a year, obviously, because there really wasn't much of one last year.
Right.
I mean, Peyton Manning's going in.
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson, Megatron, he's going in.
Yeah.
Let me see who else is going in. So let's see. Pro Football Hall of Fame, our guard, Alan Faneca, coach Tom Flores, wide receiver Calvin Johnson, safety John Lynch, quarterback Peyton Manning, contributor Bill Nunn, wide receiver Drew Pearson, and cornerback safety Charles Woodson. So, I mean, like right there, Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, John Lynch, Calvin Johnson. I mean, the other guys are obviously going to the Hall of Fame for a reason, but those 4 names alone, probably one of the biggest classes going into the NFL Hall of Fame ever. I mean, everyone knows those 4 names I just mentioned. Even you, I think. And you're not much of a football guy.
Yeah.
Morning, Jeremy. How are you, buddy? Yeah, so there's some cool stuff definitely going on this weekend with the Hall of Fame game, and obviously this is the Hall of Fame. We got preseason football coming up, and then, man, the start of the season's a month away. So I've already purchased. So I do a little fantasy football league at my, that I kind of host, and I've got like 12 people in it, you being one of them, that I host every year. I've already purchased the trophies. So the championship trophy that I do for my fantasy football league is like, it's the Lombardi trophy. It's just like a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool looking. So I got that in the mail. And then our last place trophy. So we do a last place trophy to keep people interested in our league. So the last place trophy this year is a golden toilet bowl.
Nice. I like that.
And the winner will receive that at the end of the year. Then we have like side bets placed within. So everyone kind of stays current and actually tries each and every week. Charles says he made it into the Hall of Fame, the asshole Hall of Fame. Is it a Hall of Fame or Hall of Shame? I think Eminem.
I think him and Greg were in the same class.
Him and Greg, same induction class. The 2021 I said work release program. The Cotter and Marsh Show Asshole Hall of Fame. We are going liquid. We are going to do a Cotter and Marsh Show fantasy football league. So we'll have details coming out probably on that, probably middle of next week.
Yeah, we're going to have to get that hammered out.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the league all set up. I just got to change a few things. Rhett wonders if he can get a participation award for maybe the Hall of Fame, just being an asshole maybe. I don't know.
All right, coming up, final hour of the show. Once again, flying by today, man.
Our buddy, it's Preston's birthday today. Our buddy Preston, he is the guy that is kind of behind Filthy Nasty Productions. He's the dude that's bringing all these cool shows into Savannah. So happy birthday to our dude Preston. He's the guy that's brought in Steel Panther, Adelaide His Way. He's bringing in POD. He's bringing in all these cool shows that we're getting at Victory North. Our buddy Preston from Filthy Nasty Productions is bringing in his birthday today. So happy birthday to our dude Preston. Just saw that.
You're right.
Keep bringing us shows, please. We love you. All right, guys, so we have a couple more minutes before we get into the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Once again, we're going to talk about this weird story we found about this dude who has banned a lot of people from his yard. You all right, champ?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, I was just reading an email. Cool. All right. I'm in good company with the runner. I was reading up on thermodynamics. You rang. Oh, yeah, you win.
They were just talking about how you'd make it into the Hall of Fame of assholes, Greg. Charles said it, just so you know.
All right, got about a minute left in commercials. Stone Temple Pilots, Interstate Love Song. Going to get to 7 Mary 3 Cumbersome. And then we'll get into the story about the guy and his list of banned people. That new Papa Roach song is different.
I really like it.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's different.
So it's got two other guys on the track. We'll get into it on Marshall's Music News, but I think the new song is really good. It's definitely got more of a rap song kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
But with Jacoby on it as well, who can rap a little bit.
Yeah, no, they've done that in the past, but this one definitely, I think, stepped a little bit more out of their comfort zone than some of the other stuff they've done.
Yeah, without a doubt. And he said that they've been really busy and they've been going out of their comfort zone on this new album. Don't have any details on it yet, like a name or when it's coming out, but they did say they were going to release a few songs throughout this year and then release it next year. So,
and I believe they're on a new record label too.
Are they?
Yeah, I was hearing something about the guy that like their manager. His brother ran the previous label they were on, and he's now moving them to a different label. So I don't know what went down there, if something happened between the two brothers, because they had worked on oh man, it's Jackie. I mean, Jackie worked on the label, so Full Metal, but
it's Better Noise Records.
Yeah, is that what this one's listed as?
I mean, it's what Jackie works for.
Yeah, but this one's coming out on a different label.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it are they going to like a sub label of that?
I don't remember. All right, so 2.5 minutes. STP, Interstate Love Song. I'm going to try to wrap up a few things here and then get out early if I can.
Okay.
And just finish work from home. Don't have anything tonight, so I can get home, I can take a quick nap, get up, and get everything done. Got until like 5 before the wife gets home. So try to get everything done before she gets home so I don't have to mess with it after.
Yeah, I'll probably go about doing the same thing. I got to call. I do have to call some winners back here from the last week and this week, getting all their information. I send a bunch of emails. Get some other stuff that I said I'd do. And then one thing that I don't like is I wrote a bunch of notes from our meeting on Friday.
Yeah.
And I can't find them. I don't know where I saved them. I saved them somewhere. But, one of those awesome things. Love that when that happens.
All right. Final hour of the show.
Oh, thank the Lord. Found it.
Did you?
Yeah. For some reason, I threw it in the garbage bin.
Oh, shit. Can you email that to me?
Yeah, let me go over it and I'll...
Yeah.
Morning, Holly. Not Howie, but Holly. Good morning. How are you? Obviously on the ball right here.
Morning, Holly.
Yeah, so yesterday I did awards. I put together my show notes. I do show notes the night before our show. So like every story that we talk about, I do like a little bullet point of what we're going to do. And I kind of I highlight stuff that I want to make sure I bring up, like quotes or like a certain fact about the story I'll highlight so I can see it easily when we're talking about stuff. And I did that yesterday for today's show, and I got it done fairly early. I was pretty happy with myself.
Yeah.
I wrote a couple games of trivia for when we do Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. I got like 2 games done, perfect, saved on the desktop. And then I went back and I edited it. Like I edited a bunch of stuff out. I was like, man, I feel really good about this. And then what I usually do is I email it to myself. Usually shortly afterwards, right around 5 o'clock, I'll go in, like do a final edit, and then I'll ship it to myself.
Yeah.
Just to my own email. And I did not do that.
Yeah.
And I had to redo everything when I got in this morning when I realized I didn't send that to myself.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sometimes I check to if I ever question it, like I'll check before I leave the house.
Right.
And like one time I caught myself not doing it. Like I didn't send it to myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that was a smart move. Good job, John. Nope, didn't do that this morning. So completely screwed myself, but I think I've pulled it off mostly.
Yeah, I've done that once because I was working from home and I was on the work laptop and I was just working on my laptop and I sent you the rundown. So I had the rundown of the show, but I saved all of my bits and pieces, about the same thing on the laptop and I didn't send them. So now whenever I work from home, I log into my desktop for here and do it on that. So that way I don't have to worry about it forgetting to send them or not.
Yeah, it's kind of a bitch, not going to lie.
Yeah. All right, we got about 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Charles just chimed in on the chat. He said, for tomorrow, a good bit would be for everyone to make Tim Janier's top 5 list. Ooh. All right, Charles, for tomorrow, you and you alone, you're in charge. You need to create Tim Janier's top 5 list. And how about this? We will type it up and hand deliver it to Tim on your behalf. So just so you know, we will do that for you. But think about it today. Take some notes. But Charles, your homework assignment tonight is to do a top 5 list for Tim Janier. And then let us know what that is tomorrow, right in the middle of the show, right at 8 o'clock when we ask everyone what their top 5 is. That's a great idea.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, my daughter lives and dies by Google Drive. We use it for work. Personally, I'm just not a fan of it. I just haven't used it enough. I'm not familiar enough with it.
I think, honestly, at this point, no offense, it's got to be an old guy thing. I use Google Drive all the time. Our boss, A-Dub, hates it.
Yeah.
Hates it. So when we were doing stuff for our 20th anniversary show, he's like, hey, use these vendors, but I need W-9s and agreements. And I go, no problem. So in our Google Drive, I put who the vendor was. The folder was called Ready Ice, right? We use an ice company.
Sure.
I put their W-9 in there. I put their agreement, and then there was another document. And I did that for every single client or vendor that I booked for the show. And at the end of it, he was like, where's the W-9 for this? I'm like, it's in the folder. He's like, oh. And I'm like, would you like me to email it to you? He's like, yeah, if you could.
I mean, I could use it. I just don't. I don't know. For some reason,
I use it literally every day. So when I take the video portion of what we do, so what we're doing right now is obviously the live show. I record that, and then I take that full show recording and I actually put it on our Google Drive so I can edit it up. And if I pull out certain pieces that we do, like Beer for Breakfast or Chicks on Dudes, I'm able to just download it at the house, then edit it from there.
Yeah.
But I use it every day. It's awesome. I love Google Drive. I don't know why people I almost don't understand why people don't like it.
I don't know.
Free,
I don't
it's
have
easy.
I don't have
it's
a reason.
there.
Don't have a reason.
Yeah.
Just not. Yeah, it's not my thing.
But I mean, I email the show notes to myself. I guess I could just easily put it on a Google Drive. I don't do that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Be right back. If you can ban anybody from coming over to your house, coming into your yard, who would it be? Got a story about a crazy dude who's got over 400 people he is banned from his house, and I'm pretty sure most of them are unaware. Don't forget, hop on the stream, join the Horde, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. You can also listen to the show, download the app for free, get us on your in-home smart speaker, or check us out on the website. It is rock1061.com. So there's this story about a guy. He has a list of more than 400 people who are banned from his property. Now, it's a handwritten note on a printer paper. It is duct taped to his front door, and about half of the people on the list are celebrities. Now, a woman posted a photo of it online and said that it's her uncle's crazy neighbor. Now, she says he's not mentally ill. He is just a jerk.
This is a bold way of going about it, just in case, Paula Abdul shows up to your house. She sees her name on that list. She has to sadly, sad walk away from your house.
I'm not welcome.
Yeah, I'm on the list. So this guy has a ton of celebrities on this list. I mean, I mentioned Paula Abdul, but also Oprah, Dr. Phil, Beyonce. How dare you?
How do you ban Queen Bee? You let her in and do whatever you want.
I would. The door would immediately open if Beyonce showed up at my house. The Kardashians, I understand.
Agreed.
Yeah, I get that.
Yep.
50 Cent. Why not?
Nothing against 50
He sounds like
Cent.
fun.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus, absolutely.
Yeah, all day long.
Billy Ray Cyrus, nah, I'm good.
I want to have a beer with Billy Ray. That's been a long-going thing for me. I would welcome in for a beer, then maybe kick him out.
Okay, fine. Billy Ray's in, but this guy's definitely out. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, out. 100% out.
No way.
Don't need that man in my life.
Yeah, he would laugh at his own jokes the entire time.
Yes.
I'd hate it. Jimmy Kimmel, yeah, he seems cool.
Yep.
I would just ask him about the Man Show the entire time. Stephen Colbert, absolutely.
All day long.
Paul Abdul,
don't care. No feelings either way.
sure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. For a cup of coffee, then she's got to go. Mayim, who is that?
It's the chick from the Smart People show. She was Blossom in the 80s. I know. Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory. And she was Blossom in the TV show.
The
80s.
Nerd Show.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock, Samuel L. Jackson, Marshall Mathers was placed on it. He used his real name. Eminem is not allowed. He also banned Hillary and Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, Donald Trump, along with Ivanka, Donald Jr., and Eric. Apparently, Tiffany is allowed at his house. And all federal government employees. Once again, we're talking about this crazy neighbor of a lady who posted a list of celebrities that are not allowed at his house, or just a list of people in general that are not allowed at his house.
Now, several people made the list twice, including Floyd Mayweather, Hillary Swank.
Why?
Why Hillary Swank?
He's a national treasure.
Elizabeth Banks, who's listed twice, back to back.
Really? He must have really hate her.
Also back to back, Mekhi Phifer and Michelle Pfeiffer, not related. The 6 main cast members of Saved by the Bell listed individually, even Dustin Diamond, who passed away earlier this year. He also listed, I love this, Bradley Pitt.
Oh, Bradley Pitt. Is that his formal name?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Chicago people.
That is offensive. That is offensive. I'm married to a Chicago person, which makes me,
by default,
at least a quarter Chicago. I'm offended by that, sir.
Both Matt Damon, Ben Affleck are on the list, though they have question marks next to their name. So, I mean, is that a dependent on the mood sort of thing?
He'll answer the door. He'll yell through the door at them. Everyone else, nothing. Silence.
Surprisingly, multiple neighbors have restraining orders against this guy.
Restraining orders?
For good reasons, yeah. This guy's, I mean, she says he's not mentally ill, just a jerk. I don't know. This whole thing's crazy. But I don't know, man. If I could put together a list of people banned from a property, I came up with a few.
Yeah, I definitely thought of a few as well. Some people may surprise you.
All right, so we're going to get to that next. So after Volbeat, Wait a Minute, My Girl will tell you who we have banned from our properties. Scott and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
If you guys have someone that you would ban from your property, let us know on the chat here. I want to know who you guys would ban. If you had to ban one of us, Cotter or myself, who would you ban more? Who would you ban most?
Fair question.
Let's see. I've got like 4-ish people.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
wow.
11. I got 11.
All right. I'll write a few more down.
Oh, you're fine.
Liquid says I would ban Mac.
Rhett, my ban, Tim the Engineer.
Ban list, Tim the Engineer, absolutely.
Tim's list, maybe a top 15. Oh, that's Charles. Okay, coming through with the stuff. That's funny. All right, got about a minute 20.
Because if Tim Engineer showed up at your house, he'd be like, dude, can I see your router? I can make it go faster. And you're like, no. Yeah. Tim Engineer is actually a really great one to throw on the list. You know, I'm going to put him on the list. Hey, you know what?
He's been to your house. He's helped you out.
Well, now that I think about it, I'm going to ban him.
Okay.
I honestly didn't know it was an option.
All right, we got about 50 seconds. Yeah, this list is just so random. I mean, Mekhi Phifer? What did he ever do to you?
Michelle Pfeiffer? Seriously? Catwoman?
You let her in.
You let her in 100 times out of 100 times.
Samuel L. Jackson, F you. How do you not let that man in? All right, guys, be right back. So a woman recently posted a photo to the internet. It was a list of people that her uncle's crazy neighbor has banned from his property. It was handwritten, duct taped to his door. 400 people on this list. Everybody from Oprah to Dr. Phil, Samuel L. Jackson, to people from Chicago.
Wow.
So it's a little random.
It's a little offensive for people that's somewhat associated with Chicago. I find that very offensive, sir.
No, it's a little all over the place. So, Marshall, you and I have come up with a list of people that we, I guess, now have officially banned from our property.
Do you want me to start off?
Go right ahead.
I mean, this first pick for people that are banned from my property may be a little pandering because I can't imagine anyone disagreeing with me. But the very first person I would ban from my property is Hitler.
I put Nazis. Nazis was top of my list.
Okay, Nazis and Hitler.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's both agree. Nazis and Hitler, both not allowed on our property.
Well, I mean, it's like there's only two people banned from our show, Nazis and Jake Thompson.
Exactly.
So I figured I wasn't...
They're not associated, just to be clear.
No.
That we know of.
But I need Jake to come over to my house to feed my dog when I'm out of town. So I can't ban him. But
okay. I
feel good about banning Nazis.
Okay. All right. I get that. Well, actually, let's come up with number 2 on my list then. Jake Thompson. From Bob 106.9. I'm not joking. He is number 2 on my list.
I believe it.
He is banned from my property for obvious reasons. He wouldn't pee his pants live on the air, and I'm still mad about it.
A couple, I did agree with this guy on one, the Kardashians, and I'm adding them to my list, along with the cast of the Jersey Shore. I want none of that.
Vinny, Pauly?
None of it.
None of them?
None of them at my house.
I get Snooki.
I don't need him doing my laundry. I don't need him doing anything.
I get Mike the Situation.
Yeah.
But Vinny and Pauly?
No.
They're fun, man.
I'm good. I'm too old for that.
Okay.
I'm too old for that.
All right.
You know this.
Get off my lawn. Actually, this works out very, very well for that. How about number 3 on my list? Aaron Rodgers. Not invited. Nope. Sorry, pal.
Now, if he would have ditched out on Green Bay and gone someplace else, would this ban still be in place?
Yeah. How about this? It wouldn't be a permanent ban if he played for anyone other than Green Bay Packers, but because he's still playing for them and decided to play, he is permanently banned currently from my house and
fair.
from my yard.
Next on my list, our previous boss. Completely banned from my property.
Voldemort?
Yes.
We're not bringing up names here?
Nope. Just previous boss is not allowed anywhere. I'm, not even in my little subdivision.
What if
a Berwick?
Wow, stay off my street. Wow, Cotter, brutal. All right, let's move on. How about this? And just a theme of NFL quarterbacks, Mitchell Trubisky. You broke my heart. Former Chicago Bears quarterback, now a Buffalo Bill. Aaron Rodgers and Mitch Trubisky, both banned.
I think that's fair.
I'm over you.
2 comedians on my list. Carrot Top. I don't need him going through I don't need prop comedy in my house.
He's hilarious.
I don't need him to go through my stuff just to make jokes. And then Andy Dick. I just find him incredibly annoying. And I don't need him anywhere near anything.
How about the literal devil? No, not like Satan. I'm talking about Sharon Osbourne.
Oh.
Sharon Osbourne, banned from my yard.
I have Courtney Love on my list.
Okay.
Banned from the house.
Like kind of the same, but different.
Yeah, different. I just don't need Courtney Love.
How about this? Tim Janier. Tim Janier is one of the guys suggested it on the stream.
Yes.
Tim Janier, the engineer of Rock 106.1.
Yep.
I've seen his work here in the studio. Banned from my house.
We are talking about people who are banning from our property after somebody posted a list of a guy who banned 400 people from his place. My crazy ex-girlfriend from Illinois.
You want to bring her name up? What's her name?
No, we're just going to let it go.
Alice.
I feel if I say the name, she just appears.
Oh.
So I'm going to stay away.
Well, you got to say it 3 times.
I'm not going to say it once. I'm not risking it. She is banned from my property.
I've got one last one.
Okay.
And this one, talk about cutting the deepest. This one really hurt. The director of the original Suicide Squad film, David Ayer, he did make Training Day, right?
Yes.
So we feel good about that.
Great movie.
But then He sold me on the original Suicide Squad film being really good, and then I went and saw it, and then I've never walked out of a movie theater angry before until that exact moment. So you know what? Banned from my yard.
All right, I got final three. Barney the Purple Dinosaur, not allowed in my yard.
Why?
Too happy. Just way too happy. A dinosaur should not be that
You were
cuddly.
getting way too grumpy in your old age, man. Bring the happiness. Why not?
All right, last two. All boy band members, except for Justin Timberlake. He's allowed.
Not Lance Bass?
No, just Justin.
Okay.
And,
All right.
And finally, and this one was tough, but I felt it was right, Daniel Tosh. Because anybody who hates on Arn Anderson is not allowed in my house.
Wow.
Anybody. Not allowed in my house.
That is blasphemy.
Daniel Tosh.
That is blasphemy.
All right, coming up next, we're going to get to Marshall's music news. Going to kick it off with the story about Papa Roach, including the brand new song. Going to give it the Low Country and Coastal Empire premiere. It's coming up next, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Rhett says, you say her name, and then she will show up on your Facebook feed as people you may know.
Well, I mean, and I think I told the story before. This was years ago, so it was still in Illinois. She was crazy, man. And I was telling a story about her on the air. I never mentioned her name. I just brought up a couple weird things she did. And this was years after we had broken up. Because, I mean, I was married. I think I had both of my kids at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
This was years later. She called me in the studio as soon as I got done telling the story. And I was like, holy crap, what the hell happened here? And she's like, well, I wasn't listening, but a friend of mine was. And she told me about it. And I went, what does it say about you when I never mention your name and your friend instantly thinks of you? Because I never mentioned her name. She was listening. She wasn't, I mean.
Right.
And then we would get random calls in the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure it was from her as well. This woman was badass crazy.
What do you mean random calls? Oh, random calls at your home?
On her cell phones.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure it was her. I mean, this woman was nuts. She's banned.
She's banned. That one, I mean, that and Hitler are the ones I think I agree with the most. And Jake Thompson.
I need him to watch my dogs. You say her name, she'll show up. I ban Mark Zuckerberg. I think that's good. And any and all Android based on him.
I like that one. That's good.
Yeah, no, I love the Conor McGregor buying the bar and then banning the guy that he punched in the face.
It's an all-time alpha move.
That is the biggest of alpha moves. All right, yeah, coming up, we've got Marshall's Music News. We're going to debut the new Papa Roach song called Swerve. I don't think this is like, what bands do. It's not an official radio single. It's just like a teaser.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I honestly, I think the song's really good. I listened to it a couple times while I was doing my show notes that I decided not to use today.
You don't need them.
The first draft is the rough draft for a reason. So I decided just redo them when I came in. Oh, those notes? I don't need those notes. Is our boss showing up to work today? I haven't heard or seen him.
I don't know. I
usually comes in and says hi. Or maybe he just doesn't like us anymore. That could be true. When it comes to the stories, we'll do Papa Rage and Led Zeppelin. Just kind of in the row there. You nailed it, so. Thanks, Red. I appreciate that. Because we couldn't tell you didn't have notes. The show's award-winning. We're going to try to keep that up, at least the award-winning part. So I was supposed to get Hefe, the new music Beta Fish's hammock, leaf hammock yesterday. Did not receive it.
Interesting.
Very disappointed, as you can imagine.
But yeah, he definitely likes resting up on top of that tiki guy.
Oh,
Whatever
yeah.
that. I mean, I'd never seen that before, but he's all about it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. So you're going to Austin City Limits this year.
Yeah, the lineup sucks.
It can't be that bad.
I'm not. Here, I'll check it out again. It is the least exciting lineup I think I've ever seen. All right, so Friday night, your headliner, George Strait, Miley Cyrus. I mean, George Strait, if you're into country music, I mean, one of the kings of country. Just not necessarily my thing. I can appreciate Miley as an artist, but I can't say I really need or want to see her live. Erykah Badu, Megan Thee Stallion, Machine Gun Kelly, Black Pumas could be fun. Newer band. That's about it. And then
Leanne Rimes on Friday.
Yeah, I'm good. Tanya Tucker. Then on Saturday, it's Billie Eilish, Rufus Du Sol, I've never heard of. Billie Eilish was there a couple years ago, and once again, like some of her songs, as a performer, very boring. I mean, it was not just good show. Doja Cat, the one I'm most excited about, Modest Mouse.
I like Doja Cat. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, excited to see Modest Mouse, and that's about it. White Reaper could be fun. They're going to be in town here eventually. And then on Sunday, Stevie Nicks, which could be fun. The Baby.
Yeah, we don't like the Baby.
No, so he's been getting pulled from stuff. So there's a good chance he gets yanked from this.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't announced that yet. But
yeah,
the Baby, he was doing a show recently, and he said a lot of homophobic things.
Yeah, he did.
And then he followed it up by saying more homophobic things that he tried to.
He doubled down a bit.
He doubled down. It was a wild take to do it, but. He's been dropped by major endorsers, and he's been dropped by Lollapalooza, just dropped him. And he got dropped by a few other places. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he got dropped by this. Greta Van Fleet's on Sunday. I mean, they're great live. I mean, say what you will about the band, great live. But it's just not a lot of artists on here that I'm super jacked about, which is fine. I just like going to Austin and hanging out with my family, and it gives me excuses to go to Continental Club, Saxon Pub, Sam's, all these other places to see just, kind of the local live music. So I'm good with it either way. And they always have a keg of beer at the house.
It seems kind of cool, like it overall, but yeah, I agree. It's probably not the strongest lineup that I've seen over the years from Austin City Limits.
Yeah, no, and I was reading like some spoilers, going in, and there were so many potentials that really was getting me excited. Pearl Jam's name was thrown around. I think Rage was thrown around a bit, but I wasn't really buying into that one as much. But the Pearl Jam one, the points they were giving, I was like, oh, all these are excellent points. Nothing.
It's a bummer. Yeah, Red said he got the boo from Lollapalooza. Nothing says tone deaf ignorance like doubling down on it. Yeah, this DaBaby guy, I'm not familiar with his work. I know he's very popular. I know he probably has some great bangers, but yeah, he said some outrageous stuff that you just don't say. So.
I had never heard of him until I saw the lineup, and I was still like, I don't know who that is. And then until all of this went down, I was still, totally unfamiliar with him. Got about 90 seconds.
Gotcha.
But yeah, this is the least sexy lineup, but it'll still be fun. It's still a good event. All right, got about a minute.
Sorry, I'm just rereading the story to make sure I have everything I need.
No worries. So yeah, first story is about Papa Roach, and we'll actually have the Low Country and Coastal Empire premiere of their new song called Swerve.
Okay. I think I got everything I need there. So.
All right, got about 40 seconds.
It'll be a quick one, and we're going into the song, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'll let you do the intro to it.
Cool.
All right, 3 stories for Marshall's Music News. We'll do Papa Roach, Led Zeppelin, and a quick one on Rage Against the Machine.
All right, 15 seconds. We'll be right back. Good morning, and thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. It is time. Story number 1 of Marshall's music news.
So this past Sunday night, we got our very first taste of some new Papa Roach, their upcoming 11th studio album, which still doesn't have a name quite yet or a release date, other than the fact that it'll be released next year, was released. Now, this new song called Swerve features Elon Butler. He's the lead singer of Fever 333, and also a TikTok rapper, Sweko the Child. I could be saying his name wrong.
Not sure.
Obviously, not a huge TikTok guy. I know it's hard to believe. 38-year-old dude. No way. But yeah, we got our very first taste of some new music. And I really like this song. And we're going to premiere it here in just a moment. Now, the full album, once again, is set to be released next year. But they plan on dropping multiple songs in 2021, leading up to that 11th album release from Papa Roach. Now, this song, like I said, it's high energy. Like, this is a great workout song. Like, I could totally see that. And I love this thing. So, Cotter, let's let everyone listen to it.
All right, Low Country and Coastal Empire premiere, brand new Papa Roach. This is Swerve, Rock 106.1. All right, there you go. There you go, guys.
Nathan says top 1,061 songs has to have Mastodon and Baroness in the mix somewhere.
Both of those are very fair, and I agree with that.
That's not what I wanted. There we go. I said I was doing Rage Against.
Yeah.
Yeah, next. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I should probably start working on that.
Was that someone knocking on the door?
That is a good question. I don't know.
I'll go look.
We got 2 minutes. Go check it out. Oh, there you go. Coming up on the show tomorrow, got another edition of a Mount Rushmore. Don't know what that is yet.
Oh, I got a couple ideas.
Okay.
Harris? No?
I know nothing. Cool. Yeah, I think I sent something with Monday.
Yeah, you sent a couple ideas Monday. Right. I've got a couple ideas I'll send you that I wrote down.
Cool.
They're fun.
I like it. So we'll get to Mount Rushmore, and then, of course, Mac will be in studio to kick off the 9 o'clock hour for Chicks on Dudes.
Yes, sir. Wanda just messaged and said, I dreamt we were all bowling. Sure.
Go bowling.
We like bowling.
I'm down for bowling.
How good of a bowler are you?
I suck.
Like, what would you say your average is?
I have no idea. I probably haven't bowled in 5 years.
You think you can do 100?
Yeah, I think I could do 100.
How many strikes?
2. I don't know. I don't know. 2. Yeah, I'll do 2.
What about? I mean, you were probably a champion at Wii bowling. Everyone was really
great at Wii bowling.
Everyone was great at Wii bowling back in the day, and then we all went bowling in real life, and we're like, "Wow, we suck." And there's nothing like that game.
This is not the same thing at all. I lined up on the marks and everything.
The bowling ball was so much lighter in the Nintendo Wii game.
All right, guys, got 15 seconds. We'll be right back. That was brand new stuff from Papa Roach, Low Country Coastal Empire of Swerve. Right now, story number 2, Marshall's music news.
So Coachella has been canceled for, a couple of years, I think, now at this point. But co-founder Paul Tollett has confirmed that Rage Against the Machine and Travis Scott will headline the 2022 edition. Now, they were supposed to be playing the 2020 edition, but, COVID. So the new dates are set for mid and late April for Coachella's return. Now, he said right now it's the Wild Wild West when it comes to assuring fans that shows are going to happen and the artists they want to see are going to be on them. He goes, I'm just trying to be fair as I can to be with the artists and to the fans who eventually will get to see their favorite bands playing once again. Now, Frank Ocean, which is a very popular artist, was supposed to play the 2020 edition, but because of a scheduling issue, he won't be back until the 2023 edition of Coachella, where he'll headline that one. So we already know kind of our headliner for 2023 of Coachella, a huge music festival done in Southern California each and every year. But Rage Against the Machine, glad to see they're going to be active.
Yeah.
Maybe one day, guys, maybe some new music could happen. That would be nice.
I'd be down for that. All right, coming up next, one more story. It's all about Led Zeppelin, and then we'll wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
Wanda said, I did my part as a listener while I was napping and left you guys playing on the TV because your streaming numbers are important.
I'm going to say today's MVP is Wanda.
Way to go, Wanda.
Today's MVP is Wanda.
Honorable mention I'll give to Charles for coming up with the idea of the top 5 for Tim Jr.
Oh, yes. I like that.
Yeah, so
Good call.
but you know what? Hey, you all get a star. Everyone gets a gold star. If there was a line of you, I go down the line, just like your first grade teacher, put a little gold star on your shirt. We're proud of you guys. You killed today.
Cotter and Marshall participation star.
Participation star. All right, guys. One more story, and then we're wrapped for today. I do have some fun stuff on the show tomorrow. We'll get into a Mount Rushmore. We'll also get into Chicks on Dudes. Got Halfway the New Music Beta Fish on Thursday. And then beer for breakfast this week. We have Jay from Coastal Empire Brewing Company. Coastal Empire Brewing Company celebrating 10 years.
Crazy.
Doing their 10-year celebration coming up in the month of August. So he'll be in to talk about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll slug some Coastal Empire beers. You used to work there.
Yeah.
Back a few years ago, you actually was just like the dude behind the bar.
Behind the bar, man.
And just getting some weekend work in.
I loved it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed working there. They've always been one of my favorites just because they're willing to kind of do whatever. You know, it's like, you look at like Two Tides and, sours and IPAs that got that style. And
Yeah.
different places got a kind of a different vibe going on. Coastal is like, want us to make a sour? Cool. A red? We're in. You want us to do something funky? I mean, just they're down for almost anything.
Yeah,
which is actually pretty cool.
They love doing like wild, like fruited every beer, like from ales to sours to stouts. They are not afraid to throw anything into anything. So that's why I kind of like Coastal Empire, just because they are fearless.
Yeah.
Do some of their beers fail? Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
but they have
no,
also,
it happens for everybody.
they also have, I can't think of the Pina.
The Coco Pina.
Coco Pina.
One of my favorite beers.
One of people's favorite beers. Probably the beer that's probably kept them in business over these last 5 years since they've introduced it.
Yeah, it's such a good beer. And you said they're fearless. So I was telling the story about how I met the guys at the Craft Beer Fest. I was just there as a volunteer, and I got put with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they were selling merch all day. So they I was, Kevin and Chris, they were all there the entire time. We were pouring beers, they were handling money. But they were selling all kinds of merch because it was the first local brewery. So they had a thing full of money, and then they had an award for like the best beer of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of their beers won, and they were like uber excited and jacked. They just all of a sudden just left us in the tent and were like, "Here, watch the money," and they just literally handed strangers their freaking box of money.
Thousands of dollars in cash.
I could totally hose you guys right now. But it's just like it was so funny to see them so excited to get this award.
Yeah.
Which is like, here, stranger, take this money.
Good for them, man.
Take off. No, it was awesome. They're great guys. Super great guys. Agreed, Nathan. Agreed. Rhett, I don't want your honorable mention star.
You'll get it, you son of a bitch. Get it. You'll like it.
Yeah, no, Nathan, I agree, man. It's like I know there are a lot, craft beer is, there's a lot of weird things right now going on with craft beer, but I'm down for it, man.
Does anyone want a milkshake IPA
Dude,
or pastry, whatever?
I love some milkshake IPA. Some of them, like Nathan said, some of them don't work. But you get a good one, I really like it. And pastry stout all day long.
Maybe it's the fat guy in me. I much more lean towards the pastry stouts or IPAs than I do the milkshake stuff. Now that I look back at it, the milkshake stuff, outside of maybe one or two, I think I've only had bad
Really?
milkshake IPA or whatever experiences.
I mean, it's like I like lactose, in a beer, and it's like it's weird to put in an IPA, but it makes I enjoy it. I mean, for the most part, there have been bad ones. Don't get me wrong. But it's one of those to where it's like you can get away with a lot with that beer and kind of have some fun with it. So, or with that style. So I don't know. I agree though. I'm like down for anything. You want to do some weird ass? Bring it on. I'll try it.
Speaking of some weird ass stuff, Two Tides. I think they put it up yesterday or the day before. They're doing a collaboration beer with Tripping Animals, which is down in Miami. and they're doing a rum runner styled sour.
It lost me because it had bananas, but yeah.
Yeah. Does rum runner have banana in it?
This one had bananas in the picture.
Oh, okay, yeah. So rum runner is just a tropical drink.
Yeah.
Not my favorite tropical drink, but it's just a very popular tropical drink. And they have a sour based on it that they did. It looks really good.
It's got blackberry, pineapple, tangerine, banana, and a hefty dose of blackstrap molasses. 6%.
I wonder how, it's a sour. I wonder how, puckering it actually is.
Yeah, I don't know. But I like a lot of the stuff they do, but I'm just, bananas. I don't know. The one beer that we had that had the bananas in, I couldn't taste it, so I was okay with that. I haven't been to Two Tides in a minute. My wife's got a gift card she got for her birthday from a coworker.
Yeah, I've got, do you have a gift card drawer?
Yeah.
I've got a gift card, drawer at my house of just stuff people have, I have so much stuff from Christmases, forever ago. I don't even know if they're good anymore. I still have gift cards to, Target and Sam's Club, and Southwest Airlines.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know if this stuff's even good anymore. I just forget it all the time. And here's the worst part of it. So I had a Sam's Club gift card. I literally was like, I put it on the counter and left it there.
Oh, sorry. Greg just responded. I chime in day after day, often listening as best I can during meetings and doing actual work, even putting up with the abuse. You offer a pseudo star? I got a star you can kiss.
Wow. Wow. You know what, Greg? Time out. Time out, buddy. Still stream us until the show's going on. But you know what? Time out. You will take a 5-minute timeout where you can't chime in on the chat. 5-minute timeout for you, buddy. You're big mad. Maybe take a nap. Maybe lay down for a little bit.
Yeah, Nathan. Once again, agree, man. Try weird things. I'm all about it. I'll drink your beer. Bring it on.
It's kind of weird how my craft beer love has kind of gone full circle at this point.
Yeah.
So I started loving, just beer in general.
Yeah.
Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light. And then I went off into this adventure, I'm Bilbo frickin' Baggins. I'm going on an adventure, and I've ran across the craft beer world.
Yeah.
Back and forth, exploring new options, IPA, sours,
right,
stouts, whatever. And it's the last year and a half, I just realized how much I like regular beer.
Yeah.
Domestic stuff I've just completely gotten back into.
Depends on what it is, though. I'm still not a big Bud Light guy. Miller Lite is hard for me to drink.
I'm a Coors Light guy, and then I've really gotten into Tecate Light, just because I've been having beers over at Over Yonder, which is that new bar. But yeah, those are kind of my go-tos right now.
Well, and then it's I'm always a fan of a good Pilsner, so I'll drink those all day long. But yeah, it definitely goes in waves. Like I said, I'm still on that IPA kick, where that was the big introduction into craft beer was IPAs. So I was heavy into those, and then you definitely kind of got out of that. But I'm still down for a good IPA.
Nathan goes
Dragons.
Nathan goes Beerbo Dragons.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, we got about 30 seconds. Final story. Wrapping up the show. Thank you guys.
Final break of the day.
Thank you, Greg.
Hey guys, we did it. We did it. Who would have thought? You and us. Us and you.
All right, guys, 15. We'll be right back. Before we get out of here, we got one more story with Marshall's Music News.
So it's been in talks for a while now, but Led Zeppelin has a documentary that has officially been named Becoming Led Zeppelin. Now, the filmmaker said in a press release that Becoming Led Zeppelin is a film that no one thought could be made because the band's meteoric rise to stardom was swift and virtually undocumented. Though an intense search across the globe and years of restoration of the visual and audio archive found the story is finally be able to be told. Now, Becoming Led Zeppelin will feature new interviews with guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist John Paul Jones, as well as rare archival interviews with the late drummer John Bonham. It also marks the first time members of Led Zeppelin have participated in a documentary about the group. Now, there is no release date yet, but we're anticipating that here in the next few weeks or months. Now, John Paul Jones said, "The time was right for us to tell our own story for the first time in our own words. I think the film will really bring this story to life." So I can't wait to watch this because there isn't a lot of stuff out on Led Zeppelin. They put out a book a few years ago about kind of their touring and stuff, and that's cool. And it's kind of more of an inside look, but we haven't really had a deep inside look about this band. They really won't get back together and do any more shows because John Bonham's passing years and years ago. So, I mean, this may be our first look inside the band, and we may find stuff out we never knew about them in regards to everything, including their love of Lord of the Rings. So I'm excited to check this out. Becoming Led Zeppelin, a new documentary, will be available here in the next few weeks or months. We don't have a date yet or what service, but once we have that, we'll let you guys know.
No, this is awesome. It's kind of like in the 90s when they did that big Beatles documentary, and everybody was so excited about it because it was like you got to see sides of the band and things you didn't know about. You're learning different things. And I mean, Zeppelin, they're this mythical band. Everybody who is into rock music goes through a Zeppelin phase.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how old you are. The band hasn't been around for decades. And kids in high school, if you're into rock music, you can go through that Zeppelin phase.
Yeah.
So being able to learn more about the band, I'm all for this. All right, guys, that's it. Coming up on the show tomorrow, we'll have Mount Rushmore. We joined in studio by Mac for another round of Chicks on Dudes. Don't forget, you can email your questions in for Mac, kmshow@rock1061.com. So thanks for hanging on air and on the stream. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Woo. All right, guys, that's the show for a Tuesday. We have to do a full week of shows this week.
It's so weird.
I'm exhausted. It's only Tuesday. I feel like I just did 40 burpees. Do I have to do any more?
I think so.
Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your Tuesday. Be careful. It's supposed to rain like crazy, so good luck with all that. Andrew says, I missed that. My boss wouldn't shut up. When is the DVD coming out? The documentary, we don't know a release date yet on that, Andrew. But other than that, okay, guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll be back 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Greg, we love you.
Peace out. I won't agree with that.